my butt. What you say, bitch, huh, what? Fuck this face, then my butt. Yeah, okay, that's what's up.
Oh shit, damn man, look at that face. So damn fucking fine, I just can't wait. Her body sexy and I bet the pussy is great. Lips looking all luscious cause she ready to taste. A nice hard gig in her mouth. Black ice limited, you know what we about. I fuck the face hard, without a doubt. Then stuck it straight in the ass and made her shout. 6 pretty ass girls horny and ready. I'm always on point, so you know I'm ready. I'm about to put it in your ass, bitch, hold steady. I know you like my titles, cause my titles is catchy. Greg gave me money, so I work my magic. Fucking these girls in her ass is a habit. Any pussy I want, you know I can have it. Fuck her face and take it to her ass and smash it.
Fuck this face, then my butt.
What you say, bitch, huh, what?
Fuck this face, then my butt.
Yeah, okay, that's what's up. Let me get right back to what I was saying. Fucking pretty girls in the ass, I ain't playing. From New York to LA is where I'm staying. Fucking pretty girls in the ass, I ain't playing. Oh, look at them pretty lips sucking this dick. So nice, warm, wet, soft, and thin. Still got a guys trying to get a bin sick. Can a nigga put it in your ass real quick? I got my shit straight and I'm coming up strong. Ain't nothing like a pretty ass bitch in a thumb. I'ma fall out of control until I'm gone. Fuck a face, then a butt, nigga, ain't I'm just wrong? We do what we do and we have a good time. See the pretty girl to put dick on her mind. Multi-talented, cause now a nigga rhyme. We'll continue to shine, stay on the grind.
Fuck this face, then my butt.
Yeah, okay, that's what's up.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
Didn't have any magnet plane catch one of the cars and anywhere either, but
Radio
then again,
Underground.
You're not going to. I mean, you're stupid for even thinking.
Episode 55. We are we pregame by watching 80s videos every week. I don't know if that helps or hurts the show, but that's what we do. And we were going through White Lion videos, and what are we on now? I can't even see the next one.
this is
Van Hagar.
Van Hagar.
Amazing
Some
shit.
pound cake.
Yeah, pound cake. He's got the drill.
Yep.
You're gonna have to lean it in or bring it face to it.
That fun, you bring it in.
Bring it in.
But
All right, Eric, bring it in here.
you're going to have to bring the mic in. You can hold it if you want.
Yeah, you can take it out of the stand.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
You're such a newbie.
Anyways, we are Radio Underground. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Brian and Al, but we have a very special guest. Henkel is here. Henkel, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Pleasure.
Yeah, hear you.
While
Hear
I'm
you.
holding it.
It's been,
Yeah,
it's been
you're
years,
great.
man.
It's real
It's
natural.
been years.
Holding this by my face.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
So we were all talking about how we don't drink and we're lame and boring now, and that's another thing.
Welcome to the podcast.
I went from Radio Underground to NPR West.
Yeah.
That's what we do
Welcome to
now.
the most boring episode of the year, guys.
Have you tried our sweaty balls yet?
No, it's been boring for 10 episodes, Eric.
Pretty
It's
much,
okay.
yeah.
I don't agree, but
Yeah, Henkel listens to every episode.
Oh, you listen? You listen to this shit willingly?
I was listening to
Not
it
just 'cause
at
you're my
work the
friend?
other day. No, I listened at work the other day, and I picked a really good one because you guys were talking about 1994 music. And
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was, yeah.
That was last week.
good one.
Yep. Yeah, Rolling Stone. There was guys who used to write for Rolling Stone that I was reading articles from that were saying that it was like the toughest year to pick like a top 100.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like every time I think I have like a majority of them thought out,
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, they put an album out too. Holy fuck, you know? Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
you know, and it was just like it wasn't just like any one genre of music. It was like everybody
all over the
put
place.
albums
yeah, I
out.
remember one of you guys mentioned that Nas album that came
Yep.
out. That
Yeah,
year.
Illmatic.
That's I mean, I'm not a huge rap guy, but it's a good album. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people like that too. I think so.
Yeah, it's usually
gotta
looked
be
at
pretty good.
as one of the best rap albums ever. So
If somebody besides me likes it, it's probably good.
Yeah.
Jay said yeah when I brought it up, but that wasn't really, you know.
I'm not going to pretend to know a single song by Nas, but I know he's very important.
He's important. He's important to the game.
He is very
He's
important.
to the game, to the spitting.
I mean, he's really good.
This MF spitting.
Yeah,
Just
I
don't
didn't-
listen to them.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
I appreciate your
don't-
talent, dude. I just don't like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I always said that about Tool. I appreciate Tool's pure talent, but
Yeah, they're ridiculously good.
I haven't.
Fuck you.
I can't get into it at the same time.
You know, I mean, the thing with them is, like, I mean, when I first heard them, the very first, when I heard, before Undertow, when I heard Opiate, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And then Undertow came out, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know,
on.
prison sex. You
I'm
know.
sorry, we're getting a very important call right now.
Uh-oh.
Hello? This is Aaron.
Is it?
Straight up out the Hooskow.
Sorry to interrupt.
Hell yeah.
Evilly.
He's into LCJ.
Here we go. That's the guy. That's my cousin. That's calling from jail.
This-
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. Hey,
All
thanks for
right.
coming through on that. I
Hey.
saw I was on there. I appreciate that.
I can't believe you actually called.
Oh, yeah. No, I was definitely going to call. Everybody's watching, what's this movie? Couples Retreat right now.
Oh, yeah. It's
yeah. LCJ, baby.
Yeah.
Livingston County.
Yeah.
Correctional Institute.
So, Al here from the.
Who the hell?
Yeah, Al's here.
Straight up out OCJ, baby.
I don't know nothing about that, man. I'm living in luxury.
Yeah, you are.
You're running that fucking place, aren't you?
No.
He's like, I can't say that. I'll get the shit beat out of me. I can't say that.
You get you some cigarettes, you'll be good.
What's the topic of the show about tonight?
Well, we were talking about 90s. 1994 was a great year for music, but then you called and I had to interrupt everything because, well, you're in jail. So it's
Yeah. We know you have limited time on the phone there, so.
yeah,
I get a whole 15.
Yeah.
A whole 15 minutes.
yeah, that's cool. Well,
Plus,
like,
you put all that. You hooked me up on my books, so now I can get the commissary. So
Yeah.
I can get some gains over here when I'm.
there any cannibals in there?
Push-ups. Cannibals.
Yeah,
Not in this store.
no,
I'm sure there is, though.
yeah,
You probably have to go over to Max.
the Livingston County Cannibal,
Yeah. I'm sure they have some.
Scranton Strangler.
the Scranton Strangler.
Strangler.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm actually.
Dude, it's,
so when did they?
Sam Kinison.
You were sentenced Thursday. You've been in since Thursday.
Yeah. I ended up getting sentenced, I don't know, probably like 9:10, 9:15. And then I got handcuffed.
Dude, they didn't give you a felony for that, did they?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Definitely. I got felony.
Dude,
I
that's
got,
fucking... Dude, you've never been in any trouble. You should fight... You know what? I'd sue that attorney, man. I want every penny back for fucking me over. Dude, I mean, dude, it took me like 25 years to get a fucking felony, man.
Yeah, I got $4,200 in probation and court fines.
Yeah,
Dude.
Yeah, dude, you got raked over the coals.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, dude. Yeah. For never being in any trouble, yeah, you got... Yeah, fuck. That sucks.
Yeah, I got hammered.
Yeah. So, but you should be out. What, March 15th?
Yeah. So March 14th, as soon as it hits midnight and it's Sunday, I'll be able to get out of this place.
Yeah.
I got my ex-mother-in-law dropping my car off at jail, so I could just go over there and do that. Then my girlfriend's gonna come over. I'll probably fuck her for like 3 hours and eat McDonald's.
That sounds like a plan.
The McDonald's part's the best part.
Okay.
I do the McDonald's part. I don't get to fuck anyone, and I'm not in jail. What's my excuse?
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to take you out, man.
Yeah. Does your girlfriend have any friends that are desperate?
Well,
Daddy
I think
issues.
they gotta be desperate, man, but I know she's got friends.
Yeah,
She's a personal trainer and a life coach.
Oh yeah. I got a total gym now, man.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Just-
I'm too old to actually lift weights now, so I got to do like Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley.
Nice.
It worked for Christy Brinkley.
Yeah.
Huh?
Fuck shit.
You just wear
That's
tight
all
everywhere.
resistance
Dude.
and like body, right?
Roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Dude, Chuck Norris just looks at the total gym and he gets ripped.
Who's all over there tonight?
Brian and our friend Eric, back when we were in bands, like remember the Skarnak days when you were like a kid?
Oh,
Yeah, Eric hung out and I've jammed with her. Eric's cool.
He was in a couple bands
that
too.
was after I ran my Explorer into the back of your Thunderbird,
Yeah,
right?
Eric went to Jackson for fucking people up, man. Nah,
Straight up murder.
No, he went to Jackson before the city of Jackson.
yeah, I think he had to do.
He murdered it,
He had to
man.
hang some drywall at the McDonald's or something.
I got gas there once.
Now Eric's cool. Eric's a good guy, man. But
As long as I don't violate probation, I won't end up at Jackson.
you
If I violate probation, though, I'll be there.
when you come back, when you get out, are you going to do your Twitch stream again?
I had to, I got so behind on bills and shit, I had to, because of all these fines and shit, I had to sell the PS4, so I gotta wait to get another one to start back up the Twitch stream.
Well, I have
It's got rough for a
I have
while,
one
man.
that I don't fucking use. You can just have it.
What the fuck? No, that's gonna be the second one. You gave me the broke one, and then nobody used
Well,
the
then you
PS4.
can buy it off me at a limited
Yeah.
at a rate
He used the real video game
I'll buy the
console,
PS4
right?
off you.
because it's fucking just sitting in there.
Oh, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. If you want to sell it, I'll buy it for sure.
Says the guy who never plays any video games. I'm like, no, Mike uses the real video game console, right?
Oh yeah,
Xbox.
yeah. You need to come back home to your
Says the almost 50-year-old guy who hasn't played a video game in 26 years. You know?
Yeah, you need to come back to your Xbox family, yo.
Yo,
Your roots.
We're rougher
maybe
than.
I ought to just do that. Maybe I ought to just get an Xbox instead of a PlayStation. Say fuck PlayStation.
That's
it.
exactly what you should fucking.
you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Radio
If it were me,
Underground
I-
exclusive.
I would just wait till the end of the year and get
Yeah,
a 5 or Series X.
Yeah, you get the Series X coming out. But then again, you could get a 1X for a really cheap rate.
Yeah,
now.
they're not expensive.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah, I
fuck
don't think I
PS4.
can afford
Yeah.
that other shit.
Eric's right.
Eric has a point.
Yeah. So, man, how's the food in there? Terrible?
Oh, it's great. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's not, well, it depends. I don't know, man. The tacos were really good, surprisingly, and the rice was done better, and I cooked my own rice.
But it's not real meat, is it?
That was really good.
It's soy.
It's soy. They don't use meat anymore. They use soy. Yeah,
It's also
yeah, it's all soy based.
It's all Aramark.
Yeah, Aramark. Yep. Because
ramen,
yeah.
tuna fish,
Oh yeah, dude. I had
shelf ramen.
soy lami sandwiches,
top shelf ramen.
soy loni.
Tuna sandwiches. It's tofu tuna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are real things.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
tuna
fucking-
is. Jamie Kennedy told me about it when it was on his Cribs episode.
Dude, let's put it this way. I was in jail for 35 days, and I crapped like 5 times total.
You think the soy would?
Dude, no, dude, it like bound me up like a fucking. I couldn't believe how bad it was. I was like, why can't I crap, man?
You were like,
It does do that.
So you
I
just
had to
took
take
5
shit today. One
gigantic
was only a
king
nugget,
loaves
and
in
then finally
jail.
fucking came out. After I worked out and walked around for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
they got decent gym equipment there?
No, they just had like this thing you could do pull-ups, dips.
They got like shitty Total Gym stuff.
It's just like a
dude,
little
he's lucky
rectangle.
they got anything.
It's just all body weight.
Yeah, I got
I was
That's
joking.
what I'm doing,
I want
man.
a Total Gym.
the Total Gym. I'm telling you, man,
No, it's-
Total Gym.
It's sweet though.
And
It's sweet.
that's we're going to go for that sponsorship, Total Gym.
You guys are gonna get Total Gym.
The
for
Total Gym Radio Underground podcast.
sponsorship.
For our fucking dying podcast.
No,
Dying.
no, you guys got a great podcast.
Yeah.
That's right.
That you guys smart is if you guys get like a tequila or a really cool coffee sponsor. Like I drink
Coffee.
this shit called Death Wish Coffee. You guys ought to get sponsored by them.
That'd be
They'd love you.
sweet.
That's what we're gonna do.
Does it have Charles Bronson on it?
Oh,
Death Wish?
No,
No, it's
That'd be sweet,
like
though.
4 times the
I'd
caffeine.
fucking buy a case of it right now.
dude, if it had Bronson on it, you know it.
Strongest coffee.
Yeah, it's like it's really strong.
$22.99 a bag. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I drink so much coffee that I give myself anxiety attacks. So I gotta cut it back a little.
Yeah, you might not want to do the death wish then.
Yeah,
And
I want to do
got
the
a death wish.
pain wish, maybe.
Fucking diarrhea.
I want to be sponsored by Sanka.
So man,
Sanka Coffee presents.
Sponsors that, or who's sponsored by them?
What'd you say?
I want to be.
That's what. Yeah.
You're not old enough to be
Oh, yeah.
sponsored by Sanka.
So, what kind of phone they got? They got one of those old school, like, fucking payphones in the wall, or what? What do they got?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Mike said.
But,
Mike
like,
loves them. Yeah, I love some actors from the '70s. Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, you pick up.
If you go to order commissary or like send emails, they got like a digital touch screen thing on the wall here that you could do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know all that all too well. It's still ingrained in my mind.
Yeah. Is it?
Not what people think, really.
No.
No.
So the guys around you pretty cool.
Oh yeah, everybody under the same level, help each other out and shit. It's real clean. They got a regiment, so
That's cool.
they clean every day.
That's cool. Livingston County, like you had Macomb or Wayne, you'd be like, "What you looking at, white boy?"
I mean, they got like some bugs and shit that fly around up out of the vent, but they got a cup blocking it right now.
Oh yeah.
The shower vent, it's like a flying bug. I don't know. They were in the holding cell. They had ants all over the holding cell.
Oh yeah, dude. They don't clean the holding cells.
Yeah.
Are you in like a block, like a with a bunch of bunks, or you got your own cell, or you got a cellmate, or?
No, we don't get locked down here. We're open dorm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're open dorm. Phones are on till 11. TV's on till 11. We got direct TV. We can use go to rec yard whenever we want up until 11, long as the other pods aren't in the rec yard. So only your rec yard, only your pod could go into the rec yard. One pod at a time.
The shit thing is, if I had to paid $100 a year, we could have our own app, and then we'd be on a smart TV, and you could listen to us.
Fucking hell.
You'd be in jail listening to Radio Underground, man.
That would be perfect. I mean, I kind of feel like just listening and experiencing right now is amazing. I love hearing Elon's voice. I love hearing your voice. I don't really hear Brian's voice.
Right, he's the furthest from the phone.
We could be doing the shout out to Livingston County Jail, LCJ, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, man,
Brian don't want to talk to me anymore because I'm a felon.
Yeah.
Fucking convict.
I got to keep my nose clean.
Fucking
new job and
convict.
stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't hang around me either.
Fucking ex-con.
He was doing cocaine while he said that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to hang around
Be quiet back there, sniffing-y.
Sniffing.
Where's my straw?
We're talking about us, not you. Us. Very, very clearly.
I'll just use my $1 bill to snort this stuff.
No, man, it's good to
Use your pinky nail like a real fucking man.
I do have a thumbnail.
Man.
It's good.
No,
Use your pinky.
3 weeks, man. 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, yeah, before you know it.
I'm gonna have to come over and make a guest appearance like how Alan did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Alan's guest
Straight out the cell block.
Alan's guest appearance became a permanent gig.
Yep.
I'm going to be a bad influence. Like, you're getting out 2 days before St. Patrick's Day. It's awesome.
We're gonna hit
Just in time to
we're
party.
gonna hit the bars.
Woo!
Doing bitches. All right. Well, not with me, you
What
won't.
is this
But
band?
Dangerous
Well, I
toys.
mean,
Okay.
it sounds pretty cool. I'll be the DD. I could be the DD.
there you go.
Wait, this.
Well, we were talking
That's
about how
not
we're all
Skid Row?
sober now, though. So you'll be fine, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna fit right in now.
Yeah, none of us drink. Like the first thing when our buddy Henkel showed up, he was like, "Yeah, I don't drink." Well, like he hadn't drank in 9 months. Al's 9 months, me 3. So whatever, dude. This is the fucking. This is the juice bar. That's what
Yeah.
we call this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking lame-o.
This is we're a bunch of
Motherfucking blenders and shit. You guys do those.
Hang on, buddy. Yeah, Eric.
dude,
Blizzards.
we're fucking NPR now, dude. There ain't no no fun.
We could still do like flesh management, man.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Yeah,
Okay.
Flesh management.
flesh management.
Can we do a
yeah.
tiny music episode?
Do what?
I was gonna play a fucking xylophone on the table right here.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
I want to get a theremin and just.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
So how long? You got 15
Bassoon.
minutes on your call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, normally it tells you like when you have 1 minute left. I don't know how long we've been on the phone.
I just
It shit. Yeah.
I just want to say bye to you before it gets cut off. When we get to that point.
Yeah, because it will. It'll all of a sudden just
All right,
go.
1 minute. There we go.
It'll go. It'll go. You have 1 minute remaining, and then like, it don't tell you again.
All right, Evil E. Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, man. I'll make sure I call up next week, and I appreciate you once again hooking me up on the books, man.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Evil E could feed.
Watch your cornhole, boy.
All right, man.
Watch your cornhole.
All right, man. Hope you guys have a great show tonight.
Yep.
Burn in hell.
Burn in hell, buddy. Bye. All right.
What are you talking about? That was the greatest part of the show. That's fucking classic right there.
That is,
Evil E calling from
We-
jail.
it's all downhill from here.
Dude, how are we supposed to compete now, man?
Well, if somebody else gets locked up, you can call too.
That's right.
That's true.
If
Yeah.
I would have known, man.
Yeah. So this is the Convict Podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who else has a good jail
All right, so
story?
who's this band?
No, never been.
No?
No,
I've never
I
been
got
either.
My Ohio State Reformatory shirt.
that's just the university, though, right?
Yeah, Ohio State Reformatory University.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what they call Ohio State University, is because all the convicts that went there.
No, it's the
Fuck
Reformatory.
them.
That's where they filmed Shawshank Redemption and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. I've seen the film.
Oh, okay, sorry, dude.
I was just making fun of the
I forgot
Ohio
you
State
fucking
University.
know everything that I don't know, and everything.
Is he a Buckeye?
Who?
No.
No,
Okay.
Oh no, fuck Ohio.
All
I just went to a
right.
prison.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
he's a Shawshank Redemption fan.
Yeah,
I
me
just
too.
went they had a haunted house going on and shit. I went.
Did
in
they?
October.
Oh, now I know who this band is.
Oh, do tell.
It's Driving
it.
and Crying, dude.
Wow.
They haven't shown anybody
Dude.
but the fucking drummer.
Driving and Crying. They're a good band,
Oh,
actually.
they were just on Wheels the other day.
Dude, they were a good band, dude.
Oh,
I'd
dude.
never heard this before. Like,
Fly
I don't
Me
know what song
Courageous,
this is,
man.
but whatever song they were playing, I'd never heard that. Shit
Yeah,
before.
dude, they were a good band, and like they're still around touring. And like about 4 or 5 years ago, they were like fucking playing somewhere in some little fucking small town. Somebody stole all their fucking equipment.
Oh man.
That happened in the Deftones.
terrible.
Yeah,
Somebody
That happens to a
fucking
lot of
stole all
bands.
their shit.
Is
Their-
that Prince?
See, I thought it was Zool or the Keymaster or whatever from Ghostbusters.
Oh, it's Sigourney.
Well, not Sigourney, but the other lady.
Oh,
Remember Sigourney turned into one of the dogs or the things too, but
one of the dog people.
the one who came out of the
that's not nice to say. She's just ugly.
I don't know, man.
you said Wheels.
Oh,
you made
shit,
me-
am I gonna get you guys
Wheels.
in trouble for
yeah,
that?
we're,
No,
we're
no,
gonna
I
lose.
don't-
We're gonna lose that Sigourney Weaver fan demographic.
We've been going for that.
we have had we've already had a lot of problems with the Sigourney Weaver fan base.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
women that
complaining.
wear
Just ruined
suits
it.
every
All
day are
women
gonna
that are
fucking
6
shut
foot
you
tall.
down.
You had to go and
We made fun of Gorillas in the Mist, and man, it was pure chaos.
Yeah,
Um,
a bunch of women in pantsuits.
You mentioned
showing up.
Wheels a few minutes
Wheels.
ago. So before I went to get Alan, I was listening to Riff, the other one. And you know what song they were playing?
Pour
No.
some sugar on me.
Insane in the Membrane
Oh yeah, I've heard
by
them do
Cypress
that.
Hill on
Yeah,
the
they've
Riff.
They've been playing that. They've been playing it because there's this one guy at work that always leaves this fucking radio on when he leaves at 5:30 in the afternoon, and I always got to go find it because it's blaring, and
He
it
always
always
just leaves a Cypress Hill CD.
But
playing
it but it,
for you.
it
I mean, there's-
fucking. I was like, man, is that like the other night? I was like Cypress Hill, and I'm like,
Shocked me.
I go, he's usually got like riff on or something, and I walk
Weird.
over and
It shocked me.
like 89X and stuff. I mean,
That would make sense.
They're trash, but they always kind of did a little bit of
Enough's
crossover
enough.
stuff.
Yeah, because technically it's rap, but it's like almost alternative
It's,
rap.
it's
Yeah.
definitely in the realm of alternative. Maybe
But-
when did that come out? Was that 94?
93.
92, 93.
Yeah, I bought
Almost.
that. I bought that CD in October, around my birthday of '93, from Hot.
Yeah,
Hits.
so we can't claim it as one of the albums
Here-
of '94.
Here's how long ago it was. It was because
Before Hot Hits
Amanda's
wasn't
Craig's
there.
wife, her birthday and my birthday are like a couple days apart, and I remember they were dating at the time in junior high, and I bought it on her birthday that year, just before my birthday. That's how stupid my memory works.
Yeah, that's like
From
I
Hot
do
Hits,
that shit
when
too.
they were still in what is now the taxidermist
yes.
place, or no, now it's a studio or something. But
Is that what it is?
Hey, I
it's
got
like a rap studio.
I do have a claim to fame.
Do you?
I was the very first customer at Hot Hits at the original one.
Wow.
I was walking home
That
from the
sounds
car
like
wash.
something you only say because you. 'cause
I was
nobody can
walking
prove
home
that
from the
shit.
car wash.
Nobody can prove that. So
Thank
that's
you.
easy to
Well,
say.
yeah, I
Thank you,
know,
hipster
Mike,
Jesus. I did it first.
Because
I'm just joking. I believe
well, because
you,
Mike,
that is
Mike,
funny.
the owner, you know, he opened. He literally, we got shut down that day. It rained.
You're at the car wash?
I was at the car wash working at 12 and Gratiot, and I was walking down Gratiot coming home, and I only worked like 4 hours because it started raining. And he opened the fucking doors, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm just opening up." I go, "What is it?" He goes, "It's a record store, tape store." And I went in and bought 3 fucking tapes.
He was like, "Sir,
Metal
how do you like
Massacre,
your hits?" And you were like, "Cold."
Metal
He's like,
Massacre 2. I bought Metal Massacre 2. I bought Slayer Haunting the Chapel.
Nice.
And then I bought some like other like compilation.
Oh, yeah. No, you should sit in the most uncomfortable spot.
I have this in case of a dimming.
Yeah. Dim.
All right, here we go. This is much more comfortable.
That might.
Sure?
But
Maybe
no,
you should just lay on the
Technically,
across the
though, I
table
wasn't
with
his
that
first
way.
customer because he already owned the other hot hits. There was one in Ferndale. He
Oh,
already
that's
had it.
right. That's right.
So,
I forgot about that.
But I was the first person to come into his Roseville store, he said.
I remember they had a Samantha
13.
Fox poster on the back of one of the doors.
yeah.
I think it was the bathroom door. I always thought that was weird.
I remember like his
On the
sister.
inside of the bathroom door.
Yeah, so when you closed it, you could see her. So if you were like taking a shit, you could also, rope one
Probably
off,
why they did it.
I remember the
That dude
second
was
time I went in
crazy.
there.
Rope
and
off
his
said you
sister-
throw ropes.
throw ropes.
I remember the second time I went in there the next weekend, his sister was working.
Sue?
Sue is his wife.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you never met his sister?
I don't think so.
She
hot?
was, yeah. Yeah.
I remember her.
Yeah, dude.
Was she the hot part of the
She was very hot. Yeah, she was
It's just
very
the hot
hot.
part of the hits.
Yeah, she was the hot part. Yeah.
What's happening right now?
I don't
by
know
the
this
way?
video.
What is this?
I just thought it was I of all the songs I was going to hear on a rock station, it was weird that they played that song. And then immediately, and I swear to God, I think the
That
next
is
song,
weird for riff.
It's
though.
like reading Rainbow meets.
I think the next song after
Hair
Insane
metal?
Membrane was actually a Def Leppard song. You were joking, but I do think it was Def Leppard.
I'm sure it was. Or Guns N' Roses.
It might have been
City.
Shine Down. I don't know. Maybe Shine Down.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they do
pretty
like
much,
fucking
it's like
Paradise
Paradise
City
City
on
or, they're going to change it up today and they're going to do Mr. Brownstone. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, once in a while before like
I like Mr.
lunchtime,
Brownstone.
they'll play November Rain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey,
I mean,
we're
early
going
in
to
the
the
day,
second
though.
album.
Yeah. They usually do it like right around
Yeah.
like 11 noon. So
But
like,
you know,
gets that
it's
solo
nothing
right at
quite when you
lunchtime.
hear,
Double shots of Rush.
All right, here we go.
There's always double shots of Rush.
Lacey's coming to the stage. We're gonna do a little pour some sugar on me,
Yeah.
dude. For the
Cherry
for-
Pie was Cherry Pie was like the standard stripper song.
There was a point in my life that I was so angry
What are you guys
that
just
if
talking
I heard
about?
that song, I might go postal.
Yeah, the bass.
Oh
players,
yeah, the bass player.
The bass
yeah.
player's hotter than most
Oh
women.
my god, that dude! They're fucking singers. Oh, he's a muppet.
Let's see if they show that bass player.
He's a
I was a big fan of their singer when he was in the Rock and Roll Express.
Ricky Morton. Yeah. You're watching these 80s hair metal videos, and this is Faster Pussycat.
He kind of looks like a young version of the dude from Princess Bride that brings what's his name back from the dead.
Oh, Miracle Max?
Yeah,
mean Billy
he's got that
Crystal?
fucking hair. No, he's got that hair though.
See the guy that was like the older guy in the band, and he's like recruited young gun. Like, all right, I'm not giving up.
is that his
I'm gonna
real-
make it.
Do you think that's his real hair color? His white hair with black eyebrows?
Yeah, he looks
care
like
about
he
the
looks like he's
color.
100% Italian,
I'm
but he's
worried
got
about that fucking texture. That shit is muppety.
Oh, that hair's terrible.
yeah that or that.
Oh,
shit,
dude!
it's
Dude,
wiry
when he's
and
out
thin.
touring now, that's straight up do rag. There's no hair there.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, that shit was.
He's bleached that shit.
If that shit was thin in 1985, right now that shit it's gone.
yeah, he is Brett Michaelsing that shit right now with
he's
the
gonna do
do-rag.
Bigger and McCracken with that hair at that bowling alley.
These guys don't know how to bowl.
Bigger and McCracken knew how to bowl.
I can't look at his
Kingpin?
face.
Nobody likes that.
My eyebrows
Dude.
are thick.
He looks a little bit like Neo Just he's not. He doesn't scowl as much as Neil.
He kind of looks like. There he is. There's that.
Also, one day Neil's gonna walk up
I'm
and just punch me in the kidney.
There's that hot male bass player that somehow looks like an Asiatic chick.
Right.
Oh, but that was a dude?
Is that Keanu's
Yeah.
Flex Appeal lady?
Yeah, Keanu.
Oh my god.
It's a good video. I don't even know what song this is. I've never heard this song in my life. But
I didn't know Billy Worth was
I
in the
don't-
band.
Muted, so
Billy
nobody's-
Worth. Billy Worth from the Lost Boys.
Death
Yeah.
by stereo.
Oh, Death by yeah.
The shit thing is we can't just riff on videos and do.
Dude, I know, because it would be great.
Because you would. Well, the thing is, you're going to get copyright
Yeah.
struck so bad.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
don't
Don't
even
even
banned from everything.
YouTube's just gonna basically say, "Don't even put this
yeah,
episode
because
up."
I mean, like, dude, that'd be great if we could sit here and do like Beavis Butthead and like just rip on videos all night.
like an MST3K type thing.
Do you watch the riff track ones that they do now?
I've watched some of them. Yeah,
Riff tracks are really good. They do
Yeah.
a lot of really good movies on there.
yeah, and I like it because they have the episodes where you can watch it with the movie, but you can also download just the audio
Yeah,
and
you
watch it
can
with the
play-
movie whenever you want.
They have ones that they do like the audio only.
Yeah.
That they never released as the video.
It's
That you
cool.
can- you do like the Dark Side of the Moon thing along with it.
Yeah, just basically just sync it up. It's beautiful.
Yeah, riff tracks are really good though. It's literally like the only fucking thing that I
Dude, I can't
kept
even look
Amazon
at this
Prime
video
for
anymore.
so
I wish it
long.
would end.
Oh, for the riff tracks?
Because they were on Amazon.
It's
man.
never going to end.
I wish it would
There
end
is
now.
no end, Dale. There's no end.
Now that you said that about the singer, I can't like watch him anymore.
It's
I want to go
Can
buy
I
a
see
blonde
a
wig
picture
for
of
my
the guy
friend
you're
now.
talking about? I want to know.
I don't even know if there's
I
one. He
wanna
doesn't do
know.
Facebook or anything.
What he
No.
looks like.
He's
I
like,
want to be in on the joke. What are you guys talking about?
it's
A
one
buddy
of
of
my friends.
mine. I want to go buy him.
The only thing is
I want to
Neil-
go
you're
buy him a
friends with-
Muppet wig.
You're friends with Greg the Hammer Valentine?
It's definitely
That's awesome. Why the fuck don't you guys have him on here? What did you let me
Yeah,
come
the only,
over?
the only
if you know
difference
Greg
is
the
this guy
Hammer?
opens his
If-
eyes.
if you know
Neil's always scowling a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Rhino Electra. So their shit was so bad it got sold halfway through the year.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you
Rhino
guys-
Records is the one that does like compilations and like crappy bands, like Monsters of Rock. Is that like a,
They're
a
like
Rhino?
they're like the K-Tel of the new
Yeah, I
era.
can.
So
Or
I wanted,
Spishak Records.
I wanted to ask Eric because it's been a while. What you been up to, man? Work.
Working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work.
You're working for the white man.
Yeah.
You were
Sold
you,
out.
You technically work for the world's third or fourth richest man.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he works
I
for a
don't know if
company.
I don't know if I should.
Don't say the
name.
company.
No.
Yeah. they-
But
they
if
already
you know
made me
who the
enough.
really old man who's like the fourth richest man in the world, who's from Nebraska,
Okay. Yeah.
that's who you work for technically, but not really. But yeah, you've been there a while.
Say what company.
7 years in June.
Yeah.
You can say your company's name then after that. Welcome to Stormfront Radio.
Oh, it's Tesla.
Where we take out the mud. No, I'm joking.
Did you? Because you're only on Instagram, right?
Just
You don't do
immediately just
anything
get
else?
shut
I
down.
stay away from Facebook.
That's good. But the Instagram thing, you had some. You went somewhere and were taking pictures of things. Were you in San Antonio or something, or in Texas?
I was right outside of Houston for
Okay.
a week. Yeah.
Is that for work or just
Yeah,
for?
that was for work. I would never go to Texas for what the fuck is there for pleasure in Texas?
Well, I mean, it's
I'll
figured.
never go back there again.
No, you didn't like it.
Hated it.
What about
Well, I mean,
Austin?
I was in.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I was
about-
also in a giant pile of shit, like city
Yeah.
building, everything. Like
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
we did down there was garbage. So it's not like I got like a real good side of it.
Yeah.
Well, you had some cool
you
pictures of
didn't-
some
you didn't-
artwork and
you
stuff.
didn't-
Graffiti in Harrisburg is outstanding.
Yeah.
Harrisburg is where we were working in this, like, that place. I hope it's torn down now because it should have been condemned before we worked there. But we're like, it's a shitty little warehouse, and it had like, there were like rusted out holes in the ceiling where like, rain, and like it floods a lot down there. We left
Yeah.
early one day because it was raining and everybody was afraid we were going to get washed away. So, but
That's what happens when I
there's
walk
just
into a
giant
sorority
holes. They had,
house.
like, these empty 55-gallon drums. And they were just catching water in, and then they'd bring a dude around with a high-low and just move that shit outside and dump it out, put it back. Dead cockroaches inside the bins
Oh,
and
nice.
stuff. It was, yeah.
cockroaches are
Harrisburg
dead.
is like-
Dead cockroaches? I thought they lived through
Harrisburg's
anything.
a fucking slum. It's like a ghetto down there.
But their graffiti game's on point.
But their graffiti is fucking outstanding.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. That was pretty sweet.
It's probably that Latino influence, you know.
I heard that another city with great graffiti is Atlanta, and
Really?
I've only seen a little bit of it. But I heard that there's
I've
like
never been there.
yeah, I've heard I've only seen a little bit, like because I've traveled through and got off at exits or whatever to get gas or whatever. But I've watched like on PBS they've done specials on it. Like
I think the best graffiti is towns that don't have any. And that's what I want to keep it that way.
I like a lot of it. If it's like sanctioned stuff, people are doing as art pieces and stuff. It's
Well, yeah,
it's
they
pretty
had
cool.
that whole. There was like this little it looked like it was an old car wash or something almost.
Oh yeah,
It had like a bunch of like big like bay doors, like stalls running through it almost.
and they just did
They
the
had
doors.
all the doors closed, and on each side there was like a mural on every single one.
See, that's cool.
That shit was really cool. And then I don't know if you saw that one. It just said "Llama said knock you out."
Yeah,
Llama
That
said
one,
knock you
that was my favorite thing. I made I was with like 2 supervisors and like another coworker.
Yeah.
And I requested that they pull over so I could take a picture of the llama.
Yeah.
in
That's
like the
awesome.
shittiest little neighborhood.
I want a pet alpaca.
pull over right
they're
here.
like,
and
Pull
the-
over! I don't care about your fucking.
they're
life.
they're like
Get a
no.
Like, all right, hurry up. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Oh man,
Shittiest
That's great.
neighborhood. Yeah. That is cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. You see on your Instagram you got that?
Yeah, those ones are on there.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we might as
Yeah,
well bring up that you have some really nice artwork, man, that you do on your Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Yours are very. See, the thing is that I'm a studio gangster when it comes to artistic stuff. I've done bands, I've done a radio station, we're doing this, but I don't have actual artistic talent. So when I see someone like Eric that can do stuff like that, it's pretty fucking awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good
it
shit.
kinda makes
Do
me
you want to give
feel
out of your
guilty.
Instagram, or do you want to keep that private?
Oh, I don't care. Go ahead.
Is it-
It's not
it's-
on private anyway.
Oh, okay.
is it Bat Child found in cave?
Yes, it is.
Bat Child found in cave.
Bat Child found in the cave.
And
Based
it's
on that Weekly World News.
and you get your own drawings and shit.
Yeah,
Bunch of stupid shit.
it's
It's
cool.
goofy
though.
stuff. And
Me attempting to be funny and failing. But
yeah, well, that's us.
that's
You
works.
fit right in
It works for
with
me.
what we're doing.
This guy.
Axl
Sorry,
Rose beating
fucking
up his
Axl
wife,
Rose. Yeah, he
Axl
really-
Rose beating up his chick video.
I can't focus.
and he
This
actually
fucking
did do
guy
that.
on
At one
TV.
point. Didn't he get to a fight one time? Where
Dude,
he,
I'm pretty sure wasn't that his like ex right there? That was his actual woman for a while.
No, she doesn't have any bruises on her face, so no, that's not her.
well, he was with
That was the video.
Stephanie
They put
Seymour,
makeup
right?
That's who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did beat her up. I'm
Oh, this one was
positive.
Shannon Hoon in the
Yeah,
video.
it's the one with Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how he kind of got noticed. Well, they
they-
were both from Indiana.
Did that
That's
come
how
out in '94 as well, or was that '93?
No, it's like 90. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about what do you call it?
Blind Melon.
Blind Melon
92.
song.
92, yeah. The first album, yeah.
I like the raw honesty of the. I think it was one of the other guitar players or someone in the band when they did the behind the music.
Yeah, dude.
And he goes, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but my fondest memories of Shannon were doing drugs with him till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Everyone's,
I'll tell
everyone
you.
who usually gets on there condemns everything they've ever did, but
Dude,
he
that
was like,
fucking that behind the music though, at the right at the end, his mom, when his mom cries, dude, that is it's fucking goes right through you because to hear somebody like you hear that just pain, dude, like
Yeah.
of her little baby. She said it right before she cried. She's like, once he started doing drugs, I knew it was over. That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
She knew she lost her kid forever, and I'm like, wow, dude.
there are some people that I've known through my life that they've done drugs or are doing drugs, and they're probably going to make it because.
Yeah.
But then you got the type of friends you haven't seen them in a while. Like, oh man, it's not going to be long.
No.
and
No.
you're like sad because
Yep.
it's any time now. You're expecting that call.
Yep, I've seen it. I've seen guys, that just the years and years of addiction. I mean,
There's one guy, I won't say who he is, but he was perfectly normal and was like an awesome guy. And each time I see him, he got progressively worse. Now, he doesn't do narcotics or anything like that, but he's done hallucinogenics. People will always... And basically, he's not the same person anymore. Like, the last time I saw him, dude, he was just, like, gone. That dude's long gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. He was.
And it's sad because he was like the smartest person I knew taught me a lot.
Yeah.
But now he's...
Yeah, there's guys that, like, I mean, there's guys that I know that I partied with for years and years, and I haven't seen them in years. I run into somebody, and I can tell now, especially now being sober, but I can tell they're still, they're still using, but they're different. Like, their demeanor's different.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah,
and
it changes
it changes you,
brain,
it does. It really, it does. So, I mean,
yeah.
What do you do?
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but our 20th anniversary, like, you still look like the same guy, Mike. Like, thanks.
I didn't get
there's
that.
low light. There's low light in here because
All right.
because you can't see this gray fucking hair in my head.
I didn't get those reactions from people. They didn't say you look exactly the same at all.
Well, I was kind of bummed out because my senior year of high school, I only weighed 200 pounds. Like, no, I look way fatter than I used to look. No wonder none of you chicks fucked me. You thought I was gross then. No,
What do you think now?
God, I must be a fucking goblin. Troll.
When was,
yeah.
when were you guys just had your...
97.
Yeah, so 2017. So yours is coming up.
Yeah, our 20s coming
You're totally going, right?
100% not.
Oh, dude,
Hear it.
I got talked. I'm going with Danielle.
I'm sorry, I won't
Yeah.
see you there. That's
Yeah.
my-
I was
that's my
hoping you would be
compromise.
there.
I'm sorry, I'm going to hang out tonight.
I went to the 15th, and that was only because, like, my friend, she was the president of the Honor Society, so she's the one that set it all up. So she's like, "No, you guys are going." I'm like, "All right, I guess so." I didn't even graduate, but okay,
I expected to not have a good time, but I did.
Yeah, it was actually.
Everybody was really cool. I don't know what I thought, why I thought it would be dumb, but it was okay.
Well, it was more informal because ours they didn't do like where you send in the money. It's like $75 a person. They're like,
That was at a
"Hey,
bar.
we rented out Harry's bar. Come here and drink."
Yeah,
Like,
that's
all right,
how.
cool.
I guess that's how my
I'm not
class
paying-
started doing it because they had a big thing at like the Barrister House for the 15th, and it was like outrageously expensive.
You guys
It was
did a
really
15 though.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because it's something to do with they didn't do a 10th, so they did the 15th. They didn't get enough people for the 10th, so
If they do a 20,
but when they did the 20, it was at a bar.
Yeah.
And now, like, they do a mini one like every year, I guess. But I'm not really like welcome anymore because the president of the Honor Society became my girlfriend at one point, and I totally shit all over her. So
Yeah.
Well, that's uplifting.
literally.
No.
I didn't literally, but
Oh.
I totally broke
dude,
her
I didn't-
fucking heart, though. So I'm pretty sure I'm not welcome to any of those because all her friends will be there ready to.
It probably wouldn't work out
Murder
too
me.
well.
No, I'm sure no one would bring it up or be bitter.
Oh no, not
It'd
at
be
all.
no big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going
It'd be
to.
a lot funnier if you just like literally.
Hey,
shit on
I-
her.
yeah.
Like you accidentally just had a diarrhea
Oops.
attack one day.
That broke her heart, being shit on physically.
I thought maybe it broke her heart because you didn't shit on her. Maybe she really wanted it.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, he never did what I wanted."
I shit all over her. She didn't want it.
Never gave her the Cleveland steamer.
It's terrible.
Yep.
I'm not helping your cause here, am I?
The hot Carl.
I'm not helping
Alan was trying
whatsoever.
to be, like, all sincere and shit. We're just like, you really didn't take a shit.
Did you
on that
shit in
girl?
her face?
Like,
We're like,
you were just mean to her. You didn't like diarrhea or anything.
I'm glad I'm turning into a 4chan poster.
I got over. I didn't get over the coffee table and like
Oh God, the glass.
the glass bottom boat.
I did the glass bottom boat on her.
Or what's
Bucket
the
list.
one where you shit in like a plastic bag and they don't actually eat the shit but they suck it in? It's called something else.
I don't know.
Do you like stab
that
a
for
straw
real?
into it like a Capri Sun?
Well, no,
That's what it's called now. Is a Capri Sun.
it's to protect your.
That's what it's called now.
It's for the shit eater that doesn't want the parasites. So you don't actually eat. It's like a condom. You're
I call
eating.
it a juice
You're
box.
eating.
Oh, so
you're
you're
eating
not
saran wrapped shit,
Oh, I got
but
you.
you're not really eating it.
But you're not. It's in your mouth and it's in a sack, but you're
you
not.
suck it down. Yeah.
Oh, so you literally just suck a bag of shit?
Yeah, but you don't really consume it. It's like a condom, you know.
Oh, dude. This
So you
is
get all
So
the-
you're practicing safe scat.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
get the room temperature heat. The room temperature heat.
so
in
wrong so quick.
Oh,
The room temperature heats in the back of your throat.
dude.
Is that a real thing though?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Oh my god!
See, I used to get it from
I'm glad
Urban
you
Dictionary.
really heard of this, right? You didn't make this up, did you?
Well, you know who told me about it was Brad, Dungeon Radio Brad.
God.
Oh,
Okay,
That makes sense too.
It's for real.
There's always the Cleveland baked potato.
What is that?
The chick or the man, whoever won, because it's equal opportunity.
Right.
Will put the foil in their mouth and you shit into the foil, so it's like a baked potato.
Fuck off, dude. Nothing with poo. Nothing with poo is cool, man. It's fucking nasty.
It's not cool at all,
it's
but
fucking hilarious.
I spent a whole day at work one time reading the Urban Dictionary definitions of the Cleveland series of sexual acts.
Oh, really?
There's dozens of them.
foil though.
You put foil in your mouth. Hopefully, you don't have any
It just. What if it the weight of it pushes it back and it just hits a filling and you fucking
that'd be worse than the shit.
a bolt of pain just going through your jaw and then you just clamp down on a foil shit.
That would be terrible. But that's why you don't do these things.
But foil though, really?
I'd like to say hi to my mom who's listening
ever,
right now.
Last
You
week
get,
we.
little cracks and holes in it when you fold foil.
Make sure you have really heavy duty Reynolds.
Oh yeah, right.
Reynolds.
I'm sure all these people that are
Don't get
shitting
Dollar
mouths care
Tree
about
shit.
their foil.
You got to make sure get industrial grade,
Yeah,
food grade.
They're probably worrying about the cost to go. No, we're getting dollar store shit.
Yeah. This was it last week or the week
We had to
before?
spend a lot of money to get
somebody's here.
Door.
Hey,
Oh man,
Hey,
Is
talking
this
about shit.
is this the second week in a row we've talked about shit? We did talk about the Cleveland turndown service.
here, man. I'm gonna have you sit here.
That's where you shit in someone's bed and then put the
Matt,
blo-
have you ever done a juice box?
the Capri
the
Sun?
Capri Sun.
That's when you shit in a bag and you stab it with a straw and then drink it.
Go.
Diarrhea preferred. Otherwise, it's like trying to drink a
Oh, it's
frosty.
so nasty, man. Oh, dude. Oh, it's
Just
wrong.
corn. There's corn in it. It's floating around in your Capri
It's
Sun.
like when it's like trying to
Are you cool? with
drink
just holding this?
frosty through a straw. It's like you gotta let it heat up and melt a little bit.
We got headphones.
That's another thing. I'm sorry. This is a completely different thing, but you made me think of it. One of my pet peeves is when chocolate shakes, like legit chocolate shakes, are too thick. If I can't get the fucker up through the straw, it's too fucking thick. Make it thinner.
I think that at that point,
I want to drink my fucking shake.
It's no longer a
gotta
shake.
let it
I think
melt
it's
a
a
little
malt by that at that point.
Whatever it is, it's annoying.
Because I mean because a malt is essentially supposed to be like just too thick to be a shake, but not quite ice cream.
All I know is if it takes me 40 minutes before I can actually get something up through the
I
straw
agree.
of my shake,
I agree.
it's too thick.
Yeah. Well,
The
that was always
End
the
of
good thing
rant.
about McDonald's was because McDonald's had the big thick straws. The wider straws. That was a
That's
nice
why
thing
I
about
usually
them.
keep a fresh bag of
That was
shit
that was
with me,
what
so I
that
can
was
set the
exactly
shake
what I
and
loved
warm
the
it up.
McDonald's straws for. Was not for using it for cocaine, but for using it for
Oh, hey.
Malone showed up.
He did.
Stones.
So we're up to 5 people.
This is the second largest contingent we've ever had.
This is a whole different level of professionalism since I was last over.
Is it?
You got,
Yeah, it's actually a
fans
cheaper
and
setup.
headphones and
Yeah.
We got headphones.
feels
and stuff.
more professional.
Yeah. See, we can do drops and stuff like with my own
Liz,
voice.
what-
Thanks for sending me to my grave with AIDS. That's my
Oh.
own voice saying AIDS.
It's got some good drops.
Or,
Of course I have.
or they're like
That's a good one.
stuff like that.
The Cole Robinson.
Hey, fatty. So yeah, we're talking about shit eating. And,
Yeah, I got some good drops on my phone. I've been recording a lot of farts lately.
Yeah.
It's kind of been my
That's
thing.
cool.
I want to make a song.
Do you have like an Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard on your phone? Like, get to the chopper.
No, it's just literally just
I used to have one of
farts
those.
that I recorded, but
Dude,
I wanna
that's
put them
sweet.
together and make beats out of them.
Yeah, that's
It's a good idea. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Oh, I believe
No,
him
I'm dead
100%.
serious. I really do want to do
I
this.
believe
Well,
him 100%.
I could put them in a folder here for you.
There's like
Every time you
30
come by.
some.
You got to play some now.
I
You
mean, I stay,
you
you
brought it up.
Yeah.
I like to keep farts on here.
Good.
Because I'm almost 40,
like-
and this is what fucking entertains me.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, dude. I mean, I watch like Bob's Burgers. I love fucking Gene because Gene like records his farts and plays them on his
that's-
Casio
yeah,
keyboard.
absolutely.
You know,
I would love to do that. Just have like a whole like
Yeah, just be
sample
a-
board just full of farts.
Yeah.
Just do that thing. Just run across all the keys.
Do the runs.
yeah, just
Do
a
the runs across the keys.
fucking sweet.
Let's see what we got here.
Seems like I showed up at a good time.
Yeah.
You sure
Great.
did.
Oh, put the mic up to it. so
Put the
we can
mic up
hear
to it. Let's hear the fart.
Trying to get the volume here.
You got a speakerphone option?
I'm trying.
Okay.
We need to hear these farts.
Aaron called from jail, by the way.
Yeah.
Matt.
I missed that, huh?
Yeah.
I missed the fact that he was even in jail.
Yeah. There. That's impressive.
That's great.
That's a
We've
great
officially
fart.
become the Howard Stern Show.
Glad I could help.
We got to get some
gotta get-
chicks on Sibians in here.
Yeah.
All right, let me put this in your vag.
Or Opie, yeah.
I don't think he does that anymore.
No, he doesn't do that
No.
no more. Anymore.
He
He's
doesn't.
a little more mainstream.
He is.
Well, the funny thing is, he was more mainstream then when he was acting unmainstream.
You have more?
Oh, that's not the one.
That didn't sound, that, if that was a fart, that's more
No, that
impressive.
wasn't. No, that was actually me trying to remember like, the rhythm.
Yeah,
of a
that
song
would have been.
I played.
That would have been a. Yeah.
I do have a good fart on here somewhere, though.
We're always
other
down
than-
for a
I mean,
good
they're all
fart.
good.
I like that. One of your things about coming over was like, man, I don't know about the cats. And I was like, it'll be fine. And that cat was laying by your head the entire time you've been here so far.
Gonna
Until I
fucking-
started playing farts.
Yeah,
and
then it moved.
walked away.
Well, now you know his kryptonite. He hates farts.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fart.
He has AIDS, too.
Let's hear it.
Hold on.
Cat AIDS.
Several chapters for this story.
That's the kind that like.
Several chapters.
I was going to
Several
say that's kind of like the one about midway. You got to kind of grab the cheek and kind of give it a little tug.
I try to like lean and like manipulate.
Yeah, right.
Are you sitting in a chair when you're doing it?
Or
Or are you
yeah,
standing
usually
up?
it's the same chair, but sometimes it's not.
the fart chair.
Yeah.
It's got
The
I don't know,
fart
It's got a
chair.
real. It's got a smoothness to it that really just
Yeah.
does something for it.
The chair just.
Hold on.
A lot of air in there. That's phenomenal.
Welcome to the Chamber of Farts.
That is fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Go ahead and take a break for a minute.
Yeah, that's,
So that chair is probably just
I'm a
absorbed
disgusting person.
all that.
Yeah. Yep. This is what I do.
That poor chair.
I'll be 38 next month. This is my fucking
Yeah,
life.
that's it.
That poor fucking chair.
That reminds me. This is
No, I'm not. I mean, they're not like going into the chair. Not when I'm recording them.
no. I'm about to say it'd be kind of hard because you'd have to. People would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna like just sit on my fucking phone and you know.
Yeah.
you
I work
wait.
with a girl who went on vacation. She's like, "Do you guys miss me?" I'm like, "No, we just sniffed your chair anytime we thought of you, just so we could pick up your scent." And she was like, "What?"
And then she went to HR, and now you're
She
looking for a
went to
job.
HR.
We didn't have an HR department,
And
so
now you don't have it.
Jesus Christ!
that was like 8 or 9 years ago. That was longer than that even.
We just
I told her,
sniffed your
we just
fucking
sniffed your
chair.
so for a friendly reminder of you.
come a little closer. Let me play a little grab ass here.
Yeah.
You're doing a fine job. Here, let me give you a smack on the ass.
We're all
you want a
making
promotion?
We're making $100,000 a year. You're making 12.
32,000. Yeah, right. 12,000.
Oh,
It's a little cute that you came here with this idea and he just rips it up. Right?
You know, it would be great if you wear a little. You know, show a little more skin.
We are talking about your job.
We
here.
are talking about.
Remember that commercial about sexual harassment? It was supposed to be like dark, but it was actually funny.
dude.
Yeah.
Karen, you need to wear something a little more revealing. We are talking about your job here.
Pop that top button.
And then she's like, no, we're talking about sexual harassment here.
Henkel worked with me at a place.
Dude, I was just talking about you the other day. Remember when I hit you with that like 3 foot long fucking rubber band directly in the eyes?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I felt
because we
really
were
bad about
stupid.
that.
Everybody
So-
had rubber band fights in that place. We
They
played.
weren't regular rubber bands. Like you had to shoot it like a fucking bow.
Oh yeah, they were huge. But we played baseball in that warehouse, like with just wads of paper and like cardboard tubes. And then for some reason, the lady we work with, well, I can say her name. It doesn't matter. D. Do you remember D?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the big tattoo on her leg and stuff,
Always wore fucking
like the shorter
little, like,
shorts.
denim shorts.
Yeah,
in
she's
January.
like just playing around. She's like, she took a box cutter and threw it in the air, and like you're hitting a baseball. You throw a baseball up in the air and you hit it with the bat. She did it with a box cutter and exploded a box cutter and like blades. Oh my god! I was like, she had like a nervous breakdown, like drug fueled nervous breakdown a little while after that, and I'm like, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So But we had
let's knock blades around everywhere.
it was the full box cutter,
it's like
you know,
a
like
fucking
a utility
buckshot.
knife, but it has the blade stored inside of it.
Right.
And she hit it and just
and it just blew. Yeah.
and then she's like, "I'm going to drive the high low today." And we're like, "Why?" Well, I just want to, I want to learn to do it. Hit the door frame, push the whole door frame, couldn't close the door anymore.
So she just showed up to work that week trying to fuck everything up.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what happened. And then her husband calls like, "She's not coming to work. I don't know where she's at."
She's a
I
little
don't know where
tired.
she's at. I don't know where she's at. She
She left a trail of broken box cutters all over the fucking
he
house.
he said that
she went on a drug fueled mental breakdown.
she did something. She bought like a out of nowhere. She like took a bunch of their money and bought a brand new like Monte Carlo SS
yeah.
when they were just brand new at the last series they made, and then he didn't tell him about it at all. And then he came home from work because he worked midnights or he worked overnights, so he got home while the kids were getting ready for school, and she was there making the breakfast stuff. And usually, but this morning he came home and like stuff was burning on the stove and something else was happening, and like it was like pure chaos, and she had just disappeared. She wasn't around anymore.
Fuck, D sounds like a good time.
Dude.
Huh?
She ended up they got divorced like soon after that because she just didn't come back.
D.
Sounds like my
Radio Underground at
ex-sister-in-law.
MSN.com. You can hit us up, D.
My ex sister-in-law went out and bought a brand new freaking car and a gun, and was practicing out in the backyard when her husband came
She
home.
went outside,
had target practice out in the backyard.
drive-bys in her
Wait,
In the
neighborhood.
middle
at their house right
yes,
over there?
in the middle of a subdivision. Was
It's
like pew.
It's like
pew,
over by the
pew.
college. It's like right down the street.
She's like, I made a
So in the
target.
middle of Warren.
Yeah, she's like, I made a target. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? And had a brand new car too. You know,
Wow. Well, that place was after you stopped working there. We got bought out a couple years later, so it was more corporate. We had to start watching like sexual harassment videos and stuff. And me and one of the other guys went in and we just laughed at the video the whole time. And the one guy, his name was Roy, but it wasn't his real name. It was just what he went by. His name was some weird foreign name, but he's like, just call me Roy. We're like, okay. He's like, I don't know if you guys, it's not supposed to be that funny. We're like, but it is. What are we supposed to do?
right?
We just laughed the entire time.
Those
He-
videos
Talking
are
about the
always
print shop
funny.
That happened?
What?
That was at the print shop.
Yeah. We got bought out by another bigger company, and they were like trying to.
And then they
Where
made
did,
you watch.
where'd
Made you watch.
Bill and Ted go?
Bill and
Ted. They look like Beavis and Butthead.
no, because it was Bill and his brother Ed. They
Bill
sold.
and
They're the
Ed.
ones that sold the company. But our new bosses, I swear to God,
Was
their
his
names.
name Ted?
No. It
thought
was
they were Bill and Ted.
it was Ed and his younger brother Beavis was Bill.
Bill was younger.
Yeah.
That dude looked 200.
Yeah, he looked old. But when we got bought out,
Remember when he said Booyah to us.
booyah.
All right, have a good weekend, Bill. Booyah.
I remember one. you made fun because this dude adjusted himself 784 times a day. He always grabbed his junk.
I don't think he ever told me where to drop off to without touching his dick first.
Oh, I swear to God, you told. And
Like, why don't you go ahead and
yeah,
off
he
on
would
these
grab something,
nuts.
he's like,
go ahead and do lunch.
he did it
after
once.
you
He was
go
like,
out there.
he grabbed his nuts. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hook it up. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Hook it up?
I think he said "see y'all,"
See, it was something, but
but he said it sounded like
yeah,
"booyah."
he said, but he when they got bought out, he just retired. He took because he got a percentage of it because he wasn't the owner, but he was a vice president. He retired. Ed stayed doing it for a while.
If I never would have saw Bill like out of that fucking chair,
Yeah.
I would have just thought he was like they were doing like a weekend at Bernie's thing with
Dude.
him for a real long time.
You've seen like the Beavis and Butthead Christmas specials and stuff where Beavis has the like flashback where it's supposed to be like
Oh, it's like the ghost of like
like
Christmas
Scrooge.
Future or
It's like
something.
it's him in the future and it's looking back in the past.
And it looks exactly
That's what
like-
Bill looked
yeah,
like.
It looks exactly like this guy we worked.
But when we got bought out, our two new bosses were, I'm not joking, their names were Bill and Ted. They were legitimately Bill and Ted.
Excellent.
And we would call it
We won't
their
sell
excellent
anybody
adventure.
Unless their names are just like ours.
It was all they did was basically just like, let's try this management tactic and see if it works. Just like throws you at the wall, see if it works. None of it worked because everybody either quit or was fired within like 3 years of them taking over. It was terrible. So we called it Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, gotta love when.
What was that dude's name? Jerry?
Jerry, yeah.
He was He did like Buddy Holly.
He was a Buddy Holly and
impersonations on
Gene
the
Pitney
weekend.
impersonator.
Do you remember when my car
And
was
it-
fucked
and
up?
Gene
My
Pitney,
alternator
huh?
Fucked
And
up
Gene
in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he was out there with the hood up, and he was just tapping on my engine block with a screwdriver.
Try it now.
Try it.
He's like hitting random things.
That doesn't work?
He grabbed the heaviest
thought that worked.
fucking screwdriver he could find and started tapping on it.
You know what it made me think of? You've seen
like
Hot
15 minutes.
You've seen Hot Rod?
Yeah.
Where he's like waiting for Denise to walk out next door, and she does. So he grabs a hammer and starts just hitting the engine block. He's like, "Oh, just working on the car."
You look pretty. What did you say? I said you look shitty.
That's what thinking of that makes me think of. But Jerry was Jerry
was cool though.
He was cool. He is cool.
Jerry was cool.
Buddy
Chris was
Holly
really cool.
impersonator.
Buddy Holly and Gene
Gene
Pitney.
Was that the T-shirt print shop you guys worked at?
No, I
that
didn't
was a
work at the print.
Blueprint
I didn't work
place.
at. Yeah, that was a Blueprint.
That was Nick.
Over at
Nick
like
worked at- Nick
10 and
Oh yeah, you're okay. I know where you're talking about the job I used to take you to.
yeah, when my car got
Yeah,
demolished.
remember that 0 degree turn we saw that time?
Yeah, someone
Someone pulled out of her driveway, and all of a sudden she's just facing us.
Yeah.
she got whacked so hard her car just got turned. And
it
she's
turned
like
in
looking
place. It was terrible.
Yeah, that was horrible. Like for some reason they shut down the freeway every day back then.
Oh, it was so bad. It was like 2 weeks in a row that Mike picked me up from work, but it felt like months because it took so long to get home.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that far. You know how far it was. It was.
Yeah,
It was so bad.
It would take like an hour and a half to get back.
And like by the end of the second week, Mike's like, "Man, you got to figure out a different way. I can't do this anymore."
Yeah, 'cause
and I ended up getting a car, but man,
I've always driven for a living, so to drive for a living, then put up with that, I was about to frickin' I was about to be a chandelier in my living room. Just I was about to just end it.
And it wasn't. And that was the thing. It wasn't like it worked out because you got out at 4. And I got out at 5, and your work was only like 7 minutes away from mine, so you couldn't just like go straight to get me. You'd have to wait for me or come back to get me.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad. I felt so bad.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Well, it was like I said. It was only a couple of weeks, but it felt like forever. I finally like, dude, I can't do it no more. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Yeah,
you got to figure something out.
And it worked out that I ended up getting a car just in time. So
yes. So Stones, what are you up to tonight, man?
Nothing.
No,
I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Apologize. I'm quiet right now. I just woke up.
No, you probably need to get your pulse up a little bit.
You
Yeah,
probably needed me to shut my fucking stupid mouth.
No, you're the guest.
No,
of honor.
believe me, I've spent enough time on here in the past. Yeah, nobody needs to listen to me. No, it's just I put the kids to bed, and then I passed out in Matthew's bed.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh shit, I got to get over there." So
yeah, when your son,
I'm still waking up. You know,
when your son was here earlier, he I play video games with him.
Yeah, he won't shut up about Cuphead now.
And I was playing Cuphead with him.
Yeah,
and you can play 2-player on it. And he kept dying, and I was dying too. It's a hard ass game.
I heard that game.
Cuphead is hard.
Yeah, and I kept dying, and like he would die, and then you could revive some. You get a split second, you can jump on them and revive them. And every time I missed him, he would get so pissed off. He's like, "Get me up!"
He's already got gamer
Yeah,
age.
He's got big time gamer.
And then he
rage.
starts hitting himself in the forehead.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, chill out.
He's got that problem he developed lately when he does
whacks his own
something-
forehead.
Yeah, he smacks himself in the head when he does something dumb, and I keep telling him like he was taking a shit earlier.
I tried to punch walls, hit inanimate objects, not yourself. That's
Yeah.
what I told
Wait,
you.
I need to hear the shit story.
He was taking a shit earlier, and then what was it? He was sticking his hand down there checking to see if he needed to wipe. So his method for checking to see if he needs to wipe is to touch it with his hand. And I was like, Matthew, don't touch your butt with your hand to check. And then he takes the same hand and smacks himself in the forehead. I'm like, God damn it! Now you got to like wash your hands and your face.
No.
But he was
Don't
going
be a
on and
shithead,
on.
literally.
He was like, let's go play Cuphead. And I was like, we don't have Cuphead. He's like, yes, we do.
Do you have the Game
Started-
Pass?
I do, but I don't.
If you have Game Pass, you have Cuphead.
All right, well, I didn't know that. And besides, I'd have to still download it, and he'd have to wait. And I knew he was playing over here for long enough. And when I got to get him to go to bed, the last thing I'm letting him do is play video games. Like, my new
So he
rule
doesn't
is
just
no
go-
video games past 8:30, because if
he gets all fired
if he
up,
starts
he's going to
fucking He did it. I put the GameCube in his room last night, so now he's got the Switch and the GameCube.
Yeah, he's got the 1,000-yard stare, dude, when he gets into it.
And then he kept trying to finagle me, like trying to cut these deals. Like, all right, I'll work on spelling my name because he's got to work on getting his handwriting better for school. And he legit did sit down and for the first time ever, really fucking give it an effort. And after about 5 minutes, he's like, all right, let's go play video games now. I was like, no, dude, it's fucking 8:30. You're not that wasn't the deal. But
he said something really sweet to me last night. And he's like, Uncle? I said, yeah, buddy, what's up? He's like, why are you fat?
Aww.
I started dying laughing. But to me it's funny, but I was like, Matthew, you can say that to me. Don't say that to other people. My fear is of saying to a woman. I mean, fat guys, it's like, yeah, you're a fat fucking pig. But if he says it to a woman, it's a different thing. It's a different ball game.
If you want to know the truth about yourself, just ask a 4-year-old.
Yeah,
right. They will tell you.
They don't care.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you you're fucking brave for doing that shit.
Yeah.
You're really doing it right now. Good job for you.
Yeah, so I gotta. And it's funny because I saw that you were having him on. I haven't been over here in a while, and I saw the post online, and goddamn it, I was finally motivated to where I was going to work on some tunes tonight, and that's rare that I get the motivation to actually sit down and do it. And I was like, well, there goes that. So I have to pick up some more motivation another time.
Yeah, recording anything is daunting, especially now that we're old. Because I actually get tired doing anything. I could sit here putting clips together,
doing anything,
and I want to go lay down.
Winter makes it worse too.
Yeah,
when it's fucking cold. The room that I play in, there's no heat, and there's a window, and it's just if it's winter, it gets really fucking cold in there. And I lost my space heater broke. I haven't bought a new one. But I got these fucking industrial lights that I use for lighting videos and stuff. But they've run really fucking hot, so I'll have to turn those on a half hour ahead of time, and they kind of heat the room. But then it's like a fucking hot box in there, and I can't fucking relax. So I don't know. I wish I had I guess I wish I just wasn't so fucking broke, so I could afford a goddamn space heater.
Yeah,
right, for $20.
Yeah. Well, I think my dad has one.
Yeah, Lug always has extra stuff.
He probably wouldn't. He don't go out of his garage anymore, really for anything. So he's got one of the jet ones. The.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work though.
No,
I wouldn't use one of those in my house.
Yeah,
So this is the Stones Malone rant. You gotta yell the whole thing. You gotta yell.
Well, no, if I
back up, just a flamethrower in your
all of a
little
sudden
room.
you're like, I'm feeling dizzy. I got a headache.
If I'm doing a rant, I either do it in the garage and just suffer the cold or whatever weather it is, or I can sit anywhere in the house and do that.
But if you're playing that cold,
yeah,
your hands up,
playing is different,
stiff.
but it's all direct. I'm not miking anything when I do my record. If I'm doing guitar stuff, it's just all going direct. So it doesn't matter what background noise. The laundry machine can be going, people could be screaming. It doesn't matter. But if I do decide to do, I eliminated all the rant shit from that channel anyway. I was going to do another channel, and then if I do feel like ranting, I'll probably stay off camera.
Yeah,
just because people are assholes, and I probably won't promote it to anyone I know because I'll want to, maintain some anonymity.
Yeah, my private. I have a channel that I disguise my voice.
I can't be sexist, homophobic, and racist and have people know who I am.
Well, you don't want to be on here then. Yeah, at one time we would do that for jokingly, but I don't know. We tried to do streaming with we did the camera, and it never worked. So I think that's maybe God or the universe protecting me from myself. Because if I had a good streaming camera and everything, I would probably be getting bomb threats. So it's
I'm not saying it's fact, but it's kind of a weird coincidence that all of a sudden we did a live stream, and all of a sudden a bunch of our episodes got deleted.
Yeah, when we
probably our faces.
We put our faces out there, and then I had to, it wouldn't let me share it for the radio I had to share it on my name on Facebook, and immediately we get shit fucking removed and flagged, and So someone that doesn't, I have a frenemy, I believe, of some sort.
It's probably Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's Zuckerberg.
It is.
Zuckerberg's trying to stop Radio Underground.
Or, I don't know, YouTube people.
We were getting too big with our 57 subscribers.
Whoa, we got 57?
Yeah, we're up to 57.
Yeah?
Crap.
Sweet.
But we were, and another thing happened too. We were getting about 200 to 300 per episode views, and now it's down to like less than 100. Everything. Like,
Yeah, the last one sucked.
Everything's like slowed way down. I hear when they like. I hear though that a lot of times they don't want like if you do like a picture video like how I do it, they don't reward it with like putting it to the front, of the line. They want actual video for YouTube.
Yeah, because even 53 is about 150 views.
Mm-hmm.
But last week, it's struggling. It's not even at 80.
Well, we're doing it for fun. This is like we were in a local band for a while.
YouTube caters to short form, topical,
Rant.
current events.
Yeah.
Like you want to like cover something that's like right now. If you want to talk about that dwarf kid that got bullied, that would put you. It'd be cluttered what's the word I'm looking for? Saturated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
A lot of
people that are
saturation.
covering it, but you if you pick something topical and it's short form, the problem with podcasts and long form stuff is it just doesn't cater to YouTube's algorithm and people's attention spans either.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely, attention span.
my buddies Nate and Mike had a really great YouTube channel. They haven't uploaded shit in like 2 years.
They do. You showed me it.
Yeah, double fisted, double feature.
Fucking
fucking
animation.
awesome.
They have animation and everything.
Yeah, dude. Mike's super talented. They're super funny. Decent production. Everything is tits. They did not build an audience. It's just, I think that show could have been something if enough eyes got put onto it, but their videos are at least 40 minutes long, each of them. People they just don't. And with the shit that they're doing, they're watching old 80s B movies and shit. So like that's
Hell yeah.
There's an audience for that, but how do you get that to go trending?
Well, you got to stay with it. You can't go 2 years.
Well, the thing.
Well, they never in the year or so that they were doing it, they never picked up any steam.
Yeah, and that could be it can stop you. Don't give up.
Yeah,
persevere.
So we're
But
basically
it's
doing
tough.
we're basically doing a podcast that we put clips in the episodes on YouTube just in hopes that more people hear it, but I know they won't.
Well, like the Chris Hansen clip did okay,
Yeah,
but other than that,
the best, my highest rated YouTube video I ever did was when I was in the Lord Death Spit when I had that one going. And I did a Skyrim remastered Set Your Margins video that got about 20,000 views.
holy crap!
And then I did this remote here, how to turn the volume up on this remote here because I couldn't figure it out. And 60,000 people fucking watched that. And I got like 500 comments saying thank you. And then I got banned.
And then you got
For
banned?
exposing
Well,
the
no,
fucking volume.
No, because I'll admit it. I wouldn't go too far to say I trolled people, but I really was combative with people, and like the wrong person got fucking mad at me, and I got banned.
No more Samsung remote reviews for you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
This is how you turn the volume up. Thank you so much for showing me how to do that. Take the remote, shove it up your fucking ass. Fuck you.
Banned.
Thanks for watching.
Banned.
Ban me. Fuck you.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. I mean, those types of videos, people, if it's that's what people
Mike
are
is
looking
making
for.
super aggressive instructional videos.
You said something about
Why don't you just
recording.
crank the volume
You
and
said you're going to
fuck
record some tunes,
Yeah.
but you just said that.
I
saw
always say that. I never do.
on
it.
your Facebook. You said there was something that moved to the front of the pack.
It did, and that's what I was going to work on.
What was it?
Journey to Celius or
Yeah,
Celius.
I'm not familiar with it.
I
though.
wasn't
saw-
familiar with the game. It's on the. Matthew jumped on it because it's in that Switch library.
Oh, I haven't been on my Switch in a few months.
Yeah, so it's on the. It's an old school NES game that I never played.
Okay.
Never even knew anything about it. It's like from 1990. He turned it on, and I was like watching him play it. I'm like, what is this? This looks kind of cool, and the soundtrack is fucking awesome. Well, and then I discovered, the first song that I did for YouTube was the Batman.
Yeah, the Streets of
So the
Destiny.
same composer the same guy who works for Sunsoft throughout the 80s, did this game. So it explained like why I took to it. And like the entire soundtrack is like perfect. Like begging to be turned into a metal fucking album. And there are other guys that have done it. It's kind of more of a niche thing. Like this particular game, it's not Mega Man or Mario or Zelda or anything like hugely popular, but that's the next one I'm going to do. I don't care, whatever. And then I'll get back to Vega and Castlevania and all that later.
You got the Vega mask though. So.
Yeah, I bought the mask because I thought I'll buy the mask, and that'll help motivate me to actually fucking do this shit. But the problem is with Vega, I have a certain idea. Like I want it to be like this big elaborate thing. Like I want flamenco guitars in there, and I want like the audio to be flawless. I want to make sure my guitar gets calibrated first. I want to make sure that it gets done right. Whereas with this, it's more straightforward. Like I know what I want to do. I'm not going to use any clean guitars. I'm not going to get real fancy with it. It's pretty much straightforward, just riffing, and that's fine. I'll do that. I'll be able to knock it out quicker. And unfortunately, the protagonist of the game is just a dude. Like there's nothing there's no like crazy robot helmets to put on or Vega masks so it won't be me dressing up as anything. It'll just kind of be, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet to make it entertaining, but it might just be music.
That's cool though.
That's all they need, man. The people.
That's all they want is the music.
That's all they want. Yeah, I think a lot of the shit you do is really good.
The thing is, the video, if you there's like one guy, there's a couple guys that do that, because there's like a million guys out there that do exactly what I'm trying to do, which is take old Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Genesis songs and turn them into metal tunes. And a lot of them are like really good, better than I could ever do, but their videos are also kind of boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then not all of them, but so I will,
or overly cheesy.
Well, that's the thing. Mine is all low production, cheap bullshit that I think is at least mildly amusing. Like if you got a sense of humor that comes from a spray can, you'll probably dig. And there's plenty of people out there like that.
I love low production values because to me it just makes it better. Honestly,
yeah, that's what I'll use to set.
That's
myself
what I'm telling
apart.
myself about this.
I'm not the best guitar player, but the other thing too is, here's my problem, and this is I guess whatever. I'm going off on my own tangent here.
Go ahead.
The problem that I have, there are guys that are good guitar players, really good guitar players that do these covers, but then what they'll do is like it'd be like, this is my cover version of Mega Man, Flash Man, whatever, and then like 30 seconds into it, they're like doing an Yngwie solo.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like, dude, you're doing way too much with this, man. Like, I know you're an awesome guitar player, but nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, I hate
like,
the ridiculous over shredding for no reason.
Yeah, like it's like play the fucking Mega Man song, dude. Like
that's what they're for.
They'll start with it and then they'll do it about 20 seconds in, and they're like, "I'm too bored. I'm too good of a guitar player for this," and then they just, I'm not good enough to pull that off if I wanted to. But I threw my little stupid solos in here or there, but it's not, I don't think, overtaking the song.
Yeah, not to where you're making it a completely different thing. What's the point of doing
Right.
a cover if you're not doing a fucking cover?
Right.
anymore?
But I mean, I'm not going to shit on them too much. There are people who like that. Guitar nerds love that shit, and that's fine. Hooray for the guitar nerds. I'm not good enough to be that.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched a lot of the YouTube cover. I've seen some. I think we talked about it like a year ago. We talked about band like not those like cover channels that do covers of things, and then one guy does this.
Yeah, Leo.
He does the stupid faces and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, man, just fucking do the song.
You and your stupid face.
There's one that I'll pimp that I think does a good job, and actually it makes kind of funny videos, or at least he used to. Guy goes by Nostalgica.
Oh.
So he does like, and the thing that sucks is like, I'll look his shit up after I decide to do something. It's like, oh, this motherfucker's like done everything that I'm trying to do already. And he's actually closer to like what I think is like he makes funny, entertaining videos. He's a really good guitar player, but doesn't overdo it. That's one to check out if you're into that sort of thing.
Heck yeah.
There's a few other guys.
Don't give out his name. You want that spot.
That's all right.
We're in it to
I still
win,
got my
man.
own. I still got my own thing. I feel like one thing that I do a little bit different than everybody else is I feel like playing. I play in the lower octaves usually. So if whatever the octave is in the chiptune version, I'll try to take it lower to make it heavier, to make it more. I feel like my shit is. I know I only have 2 fucking videos, right? So it's not like I have this wide collection. But what I'm aiming to do
Your
is to make it more.
discography.
I'm trying to make it more metal, like not metal like cheeseball, fucking wolf hair, fucking 80s cock rock, but like listenable, like fucking
actual-
like a little heavier than that.
A little more dark and crisp.
Dark
Yeah,
and
not
crisp.
crisp, but dark. Yeah, dark and dirty.
Oh, there you go. Dark and dirty.
So you do home recordings too, right, Eric? You were talking about that before we went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get anything done, man, you got to get you a YouTube channel.
Yeah. I
So
don't
you
have-
can
Or
get banned. With,
SoundCloud
you can
at
get banned
least.
with your hard work like the rest of us.
Yeah, eventually I'll probably.
Well, I
do some
mean,
more
you're working
solo
on collecting
shit or
farts, so that's
Well, yeah, I'm going to put together my fart song at some point. That's going to be a big one.
Oh, I want to say this just before I forget, because if I put it on air, at least someone will be able to remind me. I really want to get like into some ridiculous, just original shit using like stupid samples. And the other day I was listening to the Democratic debate.
Oh, somebody
and there's
drops.
a soundbite of Elizabeth Warren saying something about fat broads and horse-faced lesbians on a political stage that I was like, dude, I need that. I need that.
I
I
saw
need to
that
use
clip.
that. Fat broads.
That's awesome.
What her quote was, he was on there. He used the term "fat broads" and horse-faced lesbians, and I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mike Bloomberg.
Yeah, it was a Bloomberg thing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
That's a
pretty
good drop though.
Drop.
oh yeah, that's somebody's using that for something already.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys just made me think of another song. So Pump Up the Jams and then something else were on at Kroger today.
Pump up the jams, do
No, Pump Up the Jam.
Tektronics.
Technotronic.
get up, get busy.
Well, no, the other one.
Come on, move your butt.
That's
that band.
Pump Up the Jam
Pump up the jam.
was on.
Pump it up.
And there was one lady there who looked like that lead singer that looks like Neil.
Yeah,
She works there at Kroger. Yeah. And she was like bopping to him. I'm like, holy shit. What's going on at Kroger today? It's all old people, like at least 3 people on oxygen walking through the store, and then
pumping
they're
up
playing
the
this
jam.
song, and that lady's going like,
That's
"Yeah,
crazy
yeah."
because like something came up. It was Super Bowl Sunday. I was at Neil's and he was saying he brought up something. He said something and
Going back on tour.
he said something about.
Said his sister works at
But
Kroger.
it was like pump. He said like almost like pump up the jams. He said something. I go, what? I go, you talking about Tektronic? And he goes, dude, you know the name of that group? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
And he had to go. He Googled that shit, and he goes, he goes, that's not the pump up the volume. I go, no, that's Marzi's Women. He goes, oh, you know that too? I'm
Wow.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he had to Google it to prove that he always does. He always does that to fact check me.
It was Technotronic featuring Ya Kid K.
yeah. Pump Up the Jam was also in the trailer for Men at Work. Very great movie.
Yes.
Dude, I love that.
Awesome
Dude.
movie.
What movie were you talking about yesterday?
Oh,
The Burbs.
We even haven't talked about the Burbs,
Burbs.
through our chat yesterday, yeah. Which I know Matt's a big fan of too.
The Burbs is a fucking phenomenal movie.
Love that movie. We've literally talked about the Burbs at least 4 times on this show.
Dude,
4 separate
we
times.
talked about it when
Like last
Jay was
week.
here last week.
It comes up.
Because you said my favorite Tom
The
Hanks
Honorable
movie,
Rick
and Jay
Dukerman.
goes, "So your favorite Tom Hanks movie is The Burbs?" And Brian's like, "Yep."
It may be my favorite one, honestly.
Phenomenal movie.
It absolutely is.
It's definitely my
One of the
favorite
one of the
Tom Hanks
greatest
movie.
lines ever. If that dog shits on my lawn again, I'm going to staple its ass shut.
Yeah,
I love that line.
it's just all around fantastic movie.
You want to not do that? You want to not steal that from Walter's house?
Yeah.
There go the goddamn brownies.
Yeah.
I just think it's a perfect blend because
Pizza dude's here.
Hanks has some
Feldman.
Goddamn foot goes through the fucking porch.
Hanks has some good comedy chops, but he's actually able to play it straight the whole time too. You know, I think it's a perfect blend of his talents.
Yeah, he was like the guy that was reacting to the insanity around him.
Yeah,
So it was fucking hilarious.
that's why it was so good. Oh man, I love it. Or what is at the end when they're chasing the redheaded kid? He's like,
Hey, Pinocchio,
Yeah.
where are you going?
Yeah.
And that dude eats shit for real.
"Oh
like,
yeah,"
real hard.
he fell so hard. Oh, I love it.
That's one of my favorite things is like
Malachi, man.
when people
Yeah.
eat shit for real, like when they're filming a movie.
Yeah, and they actually
Even in
fall,
the
but they just
final
keep it in there.
There's a midget that slips in what's it called? Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah,
There's that little one. He's like a little zombie. He's supposed to have like no legs, but it was just a little midget. Right at the end, before they cut it, he fucking slips on like wet pavement.
You got to wonder how many of them dudes in the midgets playing Ewoks were fucking falling all around in them suits.
Oh,
They filmed
probably
that
so
shit.
many.
they were probably all
Fucking
wasted on
glorious.
I just
drugs.
saw I just saw set footage of that new Batman
Oh yeah,
with Pattinson eating shit on a fucking motorcycle.
was it him or was it the stunt guy that
I
ate shit?
fuck if I know. It was somebody. I mean,
Oh, he fell.
I hope it wasn't a stunt double because they weren't going very fast,
No.
and it's just a little bit of wet pavement, and all of a sudden it's like you know when you're a kid and you fucking
Breaks
lose
loose.
Oh, yeah.
doing it like that with the handlebars. It's just like
We all
just slowly kind of fall.
We've all done that.
I love
yeah.
that we talk about.
Speed wobble.
I think we talk the best is that death wobble. You're
Yeah.
riding
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking chain breaks. You're on the frame, and then the front end is you're fucking straddling just the frame, and then your fucking seat is right in your lower back for extra damage.
You know,
Oh, I love that.
it fucks me up because like how many times shit like that would have happened to probably all of us from like ages 6 to 12 or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like you shake it off, whatever. I can guarantee you, if that shit happened to me now,
Oh, I'd be dead.
I would be like decommissioned for like at least
I'd
a
have
month.
to take like 5 days off work.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely.
5 days, you'd
I
have
would
to
do it.
retire.
That's like, I mean,
I would fuck my back up.
well,
I fucking
I think
fell, I
my
fell
back
like
would
2
be
weeks
fucked,
ago,
man.
and I'm still not right.
did I
It still
ice.
hurts from fucking shoveling that
Did
wet
I-
snow like a month and a half ago.
Did I tell the story of the half wall backflip I did when I was like 35 and I
Oh,
blew
your ankle?
I blew my calf muscle out.
That was at like Tesla or something.
It was at Incubus.
Whatever.
There was like we went to an Incubus show.
Same thing.
Dude, they had like
Hurt like
they had like a like I was out in Salt Lake City at the time, and they had like my girlfriend was like, they got tickets for like pavilion seats for $10 to go see Incubus. All right, so we're there and we're on this half wall, and I do this backflip. I used to do them, no problem. I did this backflip
That's
off
why
this
you
half
went?
wall, and I landed
That was
it.
the whole reason?
I
She
planted
was
it.
like, they
no,
got
no,
free
I
tickets.
was
You're
no.
like,
This
that
was
sounds like a great
this
place to
was
do backflip.
hours later
You can
when
fucking
I was
still
drunk.
hit a backflip at 35. That's pretty impressive.
I did it. I
Right. I've
planted
never been
it.
able to.
I planted it. I was perfect, man. It was awesome because this dude was like, "Holy shit, that was awesome."
Fucking Alan Omega.
We get in the so watch the rest of the show. We leave, 45-minute ride home. I go to get out of the driver's seat of the car, and I just boom straight to the ground, man, because I blew my calf muscle out, and then it sat in the cold air for like 45 minutes, because I had the AC on. It was hot out.
Did it like knot up? Was it like just
Dude,
a Charlie
there was
horse where
nothing. It wouldn't do anything. So
Oh.
as soon as I I had like nothing, no control over it. As soon as I put my leg down, it went buckle. That was it. And I finally get into bed, and in the morning the same fucking thing happened. I get out of bed and bam, I had to go to the emergency or to the doctor, to the urgent care, and she's like, "Well, what happened?" I said,
She's
"Well, I
like,
did
"Sir,
this-
were you doing backflips?"
I did this backflip," and she's like,
I saw you in Incubus last
she
night.
goes,
Was that
she's
you
like-
doing that at Incubus?
She's like, "You're 35 years old. I don't think you should be doing backflips anymore." And I'm like, "Are you saying I'm old?" I was like pissed. I was like, "Are you saying I'm old?" She's like, "Well, if you haven't done them in a while and you're not doing them regularly, you probably shouldn't just do one randomly."
Who
I'm
does
like,
backflips regularly that isn't like
A gymnast, right?
Or a fucking
Yeah.
dancer? I don't know if I'd like to believe that I can do a backflip. I just don't know if I can because I've never had a position in my life that came up to where I like needed to do it.
If my starting point was high enough and there was enough padding below me, I could probably maybe do
See,
it.
I used to do them
I
like
used to be able to do a
jumping.
perfect
like a
cartwheel.
15-foot wall.
Do it.
I think I could. No, I
Find the shit to do it. I'll
I-
put money up. I want to see it happen.
No, it won't happen.
I used to be able to do
Come
a
on,
perfect
man.
cartwheel, and I could do a front flip off my hand, but there's no way now.
You guys were talking about the injuries then to now, and the one I talked about before on the show was riding in that church parking lot at the end of our street, and I did the wobble, but my handlebar when the handle grip had slid down, so I had like exposed pipe.
Oh, you fucking
Yeah.
shanked your.
And I was like,
fucking
it was in my
kidney?
side, and I pulled it out, and I walked home. It was like 5 blocks. I'm like, all the way home. And like the next day, I'm just like riding around again and shit. I'm at school, and like I got a bandage on it, But if I did that now, yeah, I'd die. I would totally die.
Oh yeah.
And then I did another one. I forgot to tell about that one. Remember back in our days in elementary school when people would, for some reason, we were stupid, but we were doing the thing where you were jumping off the toilet in the stall at school and grabbing the overhead thing and like hanging there. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that, Mike?
I didn't need to do it from the toilet. I did it from the ground.
Well, it was the taller one. There was one stall that had a taller one. So
Okay, yeah.
And I did it, and I was a fat child.
Were you doing it on the door? Like, what's
You know where the door is, and there's a gap?
Didn't all schools in Roseville just have open shitting in all the boys' rooms?
No, not at this point, no. This is elementary
You
school.
want to take a shit? No fucking stall door.
It was like fucking
But
jail.
you do it and you
luck.
grab the thing and you'd hang there. You could hang there. Like, yeah, I did it. But I was fat. I had no upper body strength. So I did it and my hand slipped. And you know the latch where the door clicks? So the little metal thing sticking out, it's like a little hook thing, stabbed into my side. So I, like within 2 months,
both sides?
I had scars on both sides.
Stabbed him
And I
both
didn't, but I
sides.
didn't want to get in trouble. So I told nobody about this thing. It was like an hour into the school day or 2 hours in. And like I had to go the whole day with like a wound. And I got home and my mom's like, "What happened?" And I lied and I said,
How'd
I
you
said,
see it? Did you walk in and just?
I had blood on my shirt. The blood had come through my
You took your
shirt.
shirt off and we're just flexing as soon as you got home.
It just blood. I had a blood stain. That shirt was ruined. But I instead of saying I fucked up and I jumped and tried to grab the thing in the stall, I said I slipped on the playground and slid on some ice and a rock cut me in this perfectly rectangular metal shape.
Yeah. Who hasn't been gashed up by one rock that just
It was a
happened
big
to-
rock. It was a big rock. And my mom was so mad. She called the school and she's like, no one took care of this or anything. She was so pissed at the school. She didn't do anything
I had
about it, but
You brought up ice. It reminded me of something I tried to do to Matt's wife, my sister, to ruin her day. She was like skating around on the ice outside my grandma. My grandma has a big backyard. It's like a 3/4 the size of a football field.
it's huge.
And the back part would flood, so you have like a good 50 square feet of just ice. Not 50 by 50 of just pure ice. And I was pissed off at her, so I went there and I was doing like a rampaging asshole, like stomping on the ice to break it. And it wasn't. And I got to a part that was tough, so I was doing the jump straight up and down, to break it. And she's crying. I don't know. I was like 12. She was like 10. Well, the fucking last time I went to do it, I did a jump up, and brought my fucking feet down. Feet went out in front of me, and I just smacked my head right on the ice. And I was just laying. I mean, I saw stars for like 20 minutes. That's what I get for being a little asshole.
That's what you get. You get CTE for being an asshole.
Yeah, I remember my head hurt for like 4 days after that. But that's an example of something that if that happened to me now,
Yeah.
I would fucking have to retire from my job. I would have to quit.
Yeah. Well, that's funny you brought up the whole side getting cut with a rock, making the story up, because I actually broke my ankle behind Eastland Junior High on the last day of junior high school
On a rock.
We were having shaving cream fights, and I slipped, and
That's where you
I
got
literally
that idea from?
slammed. I broke my fucking ankle because I slammed
Using the
against this
cast the
big
whole
rock.
summer?
Yeah, I had to fucking ride my bike home with one fucking leg up because thing was the size of a fucking cantaloupe.
Alan had 2 summers in a row where he had no summer. He had his ankle broken the last day of school, and then like a week after school the next year, he
My
had
appendix
appendicitis. So he was laid up for like 8 weeks at that point. It actually ruptured,
Yeah.
so he was
Yep.
hooked up. So he lost like 2
2
summers.
and that was the summer I was like 15, man. That sucked.
Yeah.
I was like 15 years old. I was like, I had all these summer plans, I'm like, I'm going screwing this chick. I'm having this fun.
It didn't happen.
I had my Honda Spree. I was going places, dude.
I remember that spree you had. You had the fucking you had the black one with the purple writing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm about to buy another one.
He's going to buy one.
I'm buying a scooter because I can't drive.
Legally.
The state told me that I need to take some time away from that and to come see him in a year.
You got to have
make
a
a
scooter.
decision.
Wuhan Al.
Yeah, because isn't the law, as long as it's under 49 cc or under 50
Under
cc's,
50 cc's, you don't have to have a license.
there you go.
Dude, you got to get one of those.
Loophole.
Remember the Raz? Mm-hmm. Where the Raz one's like a little faster. You could
Yeah,
go
yeah.
like 45 in them instead of 35 or something.
Well, and there was an actual governor on the Spree that you could take off, but the problem is you had to really be cool with them. You had to like change the oil a lot and all that shit.
I took the governor off my mini bike. That fucking thing roasted.
Because you'll burn the engine up if we'd take them off other people's. I saw them doing with other Sprees, and they'd be doing like 60 miles an hour, and I'm like, but then like they didn't check the oil or anything, and they just smoked them like 2 weeks later. Yeah. Because they'd run so hot.
Yeah, if you wrecked on one of those, you were fucking deader than a hammer.
Is this the band Tough again?
It might be.
Is that? I was going to say that's got to be the name of the band, right? Because that's what it says.
Oh, dude, we played a show with them.
Yeah,
was that what it's?
Yeah, no
we
joke.
opened for them at the IROC.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, is this Poison or Warrant? Or no, this ain't neither of those.
This is both them combined. It's tough.
It's tough. TUF.
That is the least tough looking dude I have ever seen in my fucking life.
I thought that was a girl.
I don't think any of these guys are actually tough.
Which one's the hotter chick? The singer from this band or the bass player from
from
Faster Pussycat's the hottest male chick ever. The Faster Pussycat bass player, I don't know his name. That dude, he was not even trans. He's just a guy that's hot.
I honestly, they're like, yeah, you guys can be on the bill with Tough. And we're like, cool. And I'm like, who the fuck
fuck's
is Tough?
Yeah,
and then I'm like, okay. When we saw a video because, of course, Steven, the other guy from the Iraq, I can't think of his name. They had videos and they put like random videos up on the monitors and stuff. And you could see them. Basically just this the whole time you were there. And
except they were all like from a VHS and shit.
It was just VHS.
Oh, yeah,
they straight up recorded it.
Yeah. Marks on the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, that's tough. I'm like, oh, so we opened from.
It had the tracking marks.
Dude,
fucking,
you can tell that dude just sat at
tracking.
home and just made that shit.
I'm sure
I don't remember that show at all.
I'm sure their
though.
fans had tracking marks on their arms.
Oh.
Like it was tonight before I remembered that we played a show with that band. Like I didn't remember that. I don't remember anything from it at all. What's this? Is this extreme?
I mean, he's no Corey Feldman.
Oh, dude, no Corey.
Right? He
came out with that.
This
big
is more in words, right?
Kangol hat.
Yes.
Yeah. We talked about them earlier too because Nuno Betancourt's an awesome guitarist. But injuries. My favorite ones are like the injuries you don't know when they happen. Like if you get like a Charlie horse when you're sleeping. And like you're walking around limping for like the next 4 days,
Right.
And everybody's like, "What happened?" You're like, "I slept."
Yeah.
I had one of those like little dreams where I thought I was falling for like 2 seconds when I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And I like kicked my foot out and I fucking smacked the side of my ankle against my fucking dresser.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, well, that scared the shit out of me. Went back to bed, woke up in the morning, it was all swollen. I was fucked up for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Because I had 2 seconds of a dream where I like tripped and fell down some stairs or some shit.
Well, I mean,
sleep injuries are the worst.
Like, I've been in machining for 30 years, and I mean, I've dropped like heavy shit. I've smashed myself, and a couple days later, bam, fine. But now,
fucking
dude, I
backflips
don't
and
know.
Incubus
It's
fucking took you out of the game.
It was not even not even like heavy shit anymore. Sometimes, like I had these little parts that they were dense, but they were really little gears I was making. And I pulled one out of the machine. I put another one in, and then I went to pick it up and check a size. And I like somehow or another just kind of hooked my finger in it. Man, that fucking finger hurt for like 5 days.
I did that in my fucking
and all
refrigerator.
I did was like twist it.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I did it on my refrigerator.
Good God.
Like I forgot how to let go of the refrigerator handle and start walking away. And like my finger hurt.
Refrigerator gave you a wrist lock.
Like I swear to God, like I pulled my finger out or something because I could not bend my finger completely for like 6 days.
Oh yeah, that's like my favorite. Like maneuvering through different machinery and like catching a belt loop on something and like twisting around and like trying to get it off. But you've already twisted, and so you've already like probably damaged your spine or your spleen or something bad. Like next day you're like, fuck, that hurts.
Yep.
Yeah. I get those god awful calf cramps.
It's
that
the
make me
worst.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
them
scream
that
right
much
into my
anymore.
pillow.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. I do too.
I think a big part of that, like, I don't get them really anymore since I fucking stopped drinking all the time.
Yeah.
I think that was that might have been like a dehydration.
It probably is. It usually is. You're
Well,
dehydrated, or magnesium's low. Or
It
something.
is.
I drink a
Yeah.
pot of coffee
Well,
a day, so I
Could've
just
been fucking
And that's what-
wasted and just wake up in the middle of the night and start stretching, and my calf would just lock up.
and
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
blood
I'd be
pressure
laying
pill
in
is a
bed.
diuretic too. So
For years, like
I got
my
that
mom
too.
would always go,
Yeah.
"Oh, you need to eat a
Fucking
banana
5
every
or
day
5
for
diet or
potassium," which is true. You do need potassium, but you also it's magnesium is
Magnesium,
the big one.
yeah.
yeah, I take
Yeah.
Benacar, and it's basically a water. It drains the fucking water out of you, so your heart doesn't have to work as hard.
Yeah,
and
I've got
I'm
one since-
dehydrated all the time. When I used to drink, it was a guaranteed double calf cramp. Like I would wake up and it would feel like
Oh, yeah.
it would feel like villagers stabbed each of my calves with a fucking
Oh, yeah.
pitchfork.
I scared the
Dude,
shit
no,
out of
yeah,
my
it was
wife.
like having a whole village of like midget people like just stabbing you, like
I scared the shit out of my wife.
Benacar. I'm on Benacar. Yeah, it's
So I woke up. Like,
Radio Underground.
I started getting one of those cramps, and I felt it like while I was sleeping.
call in with your meds.
And
Yeah, let us know what you take for your blood pressure.
and I like woke up because I felt it tightening up. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get one of those cramps. And I woke up and I started yelling. I'm like, no,
No, I do it.
and like it went like I stretched it out, and it didn't actually happen. It locked up a little bit, started to hurt, and it kind of went away. But I woke Danielle up, and I think she thought I was having a heart attack or something.
Yeah, you just wake up to your fucking.
And I just
partner
fell back to
going,
sleep, though.
No,
I was
no.
Oh yeah.
No. And I just fell back to sleep, and she like woke up, and she was awake after that. But I'm just snoring away after that. No. I like willed it out of my leg.
Yeah, dude.
I yelled it away.
It's for real because I did it with. It was just a month ago or so. My mom happened to be coming downstairs and doing the laundry, and I'm like, I woke up and I was. That's what I was doing. I was going, no. And
She's like, fine, I won't do laundry.
she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm fine. Ow. No, because
You just really didn't want her to do the laundry.
and I didn't want to tell her that
She
it,
thought you were doing
'cause-
some kind of weird masturbation shit.
Yeah,
What the fuck is going on? No.
yeah, no.
Oh,
That must be some
rolling
really-
back and forth in his bed. No.
That must be some messed up shit.
She just goes to the laundromat now. Keep away from it.
Get out of here, Mom. Watching National Geographic.
Yeah, you get those cramps, and I also. Do you guys ever get the back lockout where you can't get out of bed?
Oh, yeah.
I've had my shit just lock up where I can't get out of bed. Like I'm just stuck. I'm like, I guess I ain't moving today. I'm just stuck here.
Yeah, that's the worst. I've had where you can't stand up straight.
Lock up yet though.
Yeah, I get.
Oh.
It's not necessarily. It is painful, but it's more or less I just can't move. I can't do a sit up. Like I can't sit myself up.
Yeah,
And it happened to me on the Total Gym too. By the way.
like every time you move the wrong way, it takes your breath away. So, like,
Are you guys sponsored by Total Gym?
We
You
are.
mentioned them
Yeah,
like 7 times.
And I got the Optima, which is a very good option
Total Gym Optima.
for someone that's a heavier fella like me.
But
It's
isn't
not
that?
JYM
but
though. It's
isn't
just a
that-
dude named James that comes over and just tells you to work out.
But
Total Gym.
isn't that Total Gym Optima really expensive though?
Actually, not. It's only
JYM.
$329,
Actually,
Wow,
very
what a
affordable.
deal!
and it's rated for a 400-pound user.
Wow.
Now the original one, it's rated for up to 275 pounds, and it's like $229 at Costco today.
It's perfect for someone like Al who's
Yeah.
going to buy it tomorrow.
Yes. But I would have, except for that I bought some tools online yesterday. I couldn't pass up.
There you go.
Dude, I don't know what I was again. I didn't really need them, but like it was like a $1,200 set of gauges, and it wanted like $200, and it was like
Oh,
brand
shit.
new. It was basically it was some kid that was like, "Yeah, I got out of the business, so I'm selling all my stuff." I'm like, "Sweet." He doesn't even know what he's got, you know. He probably had a tool bill at work, and they just took $50 a week out, so he doesn't realize that he spent like $1,200 for it.
Yeah.
And I just nailed it for $200.
I got a question for Stones. Have you ever used a Total Gym? It's great. You should try using one. We're trying
to get a sponsor.
We're trying to
up
get
here.
sponsored.
Chuck Norris, Christy Brinkley,
You know.
they all swear by it.
Yeah, Radio Underground.
No,
Lots of celebrities are
Me
using
either.
it. Like Christy
Obviously, I've
Brinkley
never
and
used
Chuck
one.
Norris.
I've heard they're great though.
Yeah.
5-star reviews.
We were talking about calf cramps. Do you get them when you wake up?
No.
You get any kind of cramp or back lockups?
No, my lower back is completely fucked. It hurts all the time, every day,
Yeah.
especially if I sleep wrong.
Once you hit 37, that's
no. This goes back way longer than 37.
I was thinking about this the other day. You used to go camping, right?
Yeah.
Could we make it through a camping now, like where you're laying on hard ground? I don't know if I'd be able to get out of the
bring an
tent.
air mattress.
God, no.
I mean, old school when you were a kid. Yeah, like there's air mattress. That's a cheat code. But like, remember when you would just lay in a sleeping bag?
Yeah.
I don't think I could
much,
survive that anymore.
Usually, if I go
prefer not
camping anymore, probably the last time I went camping of any kind was with him. It was years ago.
fucking dude
You just
canoe
get
trip.
drunk, you're so fucking drunk, you just kind of pass out wherever, or if you sleep at all. Yeah, and I think I could manage it. Again, I don't sleep much when I camp. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, in doses.
I got to the point though where when I was drinking, I would sleep right here in this chair. I would just wake up in that chair, confused that I'm in a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to pass out sitting upright on a fucking regular basis.
I never did that
still do
until
it.
like to like the end of my
I think
the drinking tenure.
I don't know, man. I never did any of this
the
stuff
last-
you're talking about, guys.
the last.
I gave myself whiplash before passing the fuck out, trying to fucking pull my head up.
And I did.
Not even
I also did
fucked my neck up.
I woke up too with my pants at my ankle, so I was obviously trying to go for it. Didn't make it. I did that one time.
I have never done any of this when I was drunk. Ever, ever.
The
None of
last-
this.
Not you,
uh,
Al. No
No.
way.
Jumping back to the camping thing, the last experience that I had, especially trying to sleep, was in a tent with him and
Which is bad
and
already.
Luke, good old Luke, and I think the two of you, just between the two of you, the snoring and the farting
yeah.
and the coyote blood orgies.
Oh, dude,
going
that
on.
terrified me. we
I-
woke up in the middle of the night to
I
some
don't
kind of
think-
fucking wild animals fighting, not terribly far from where we were sleeping.
No, and I
it
had to
was
piss.
fucking
And-
crazy. It was really
I
scary.
remember having to piss, and there was a fucking. Like I said, it sounded like I don't know what the fuck it was. I just assumed a coyote blood orgy sounds about right.
Yeah,
And
it
I-
sounded like two wild dogs trying to fucking murder each other.
By the time I got done with that, I never got back to sleep, and the mosquitoes were so bad, and I think that put me off from doing that for a while, and now I do. I will say I got to get back up north, and I'd like to do something like that again, but just with a little more preparation, I suppose. I guess you got to be prepared. Sleeping in the dirt with mosquitoes hovering around you, and I don't know.
And fucking jackals outside the tent.
Yeah,
Do you guys still do your camping trip?
I haven't gone camping in a while.
I mean,
The
I
last
would.
time I went canoeing was with him, I believe.
Yeah,
That was our fucking
it,
doomed.
it was a
trip.
wreck. Were you in the same? Were we in the same boat? Like literally, like were we in
Me
the
and
same?
you
canoe?
were, yeah.
Where we got
We're in the
like
same boat.
the fucking rest of the crew went too far.
Yeah.
and then we got stuck.
And then we saw some fucking assholes on the side of the river, and they're like, "Y'all with that other group?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Like,
so
you got about 2-3 hours. And we're like, "Yeah, real funny."
Yeah,
dude.
the-
And then
the
we
way
found out
it-
they were fucking serious. They were really that far ahead of us.
The way that it worked with this particular venture was that you go on a 2-night excursion, right? So you go, they launch you at like Friday afternoon, and then what you're supposed to do is there's a certain, you don't get a map or anything, but if you're experienced enough, you go a certain distance, you find a spot in the woods. It's all state land.
Okay.
You set up camp. You know, you literally, it's roughing it. There's no campsite. You just find a spot on the riverbank to stop. Okay, Friday night, you set up camp, sit around, do your thing. Saturday morning, you launch off, do the same thing again, and you find a spot. Okay, and then Sunday is your last. You know, you got like a however long a trek ahead of you.
Yeah,
but if
depending on how hard.
Pray
you
that
go
you
those
make it
first
home.
few
if
days.
you go too far though, if you travel too far down the river, you wind up on private property.
Yeah, you lose
and
that
you
fucking
can't
state
you
land in
can't
its
stop.
backyards and shit.
And so we had 2 boats, and so there was me and Eric here that I think we were the only 2 that had done this trek before. And then
I
there was
think the other guys had gone on.
they
once, but
they didn't ever they did it once as like guests, but could not remember how to navigate the river. And I remember telling them, "Don't get ahead of us. If you get too far ahead, stop and we'll catch up." Because, but then they just kept going and going and going, and now it's like, well, the trip got cut short a night early because we couldn't stop the second night,
and then
we had to
ended
just
up
keep
fucking having
going.
to drive home at fucking like.
Fucking 3 in the morning or some bullshit.
Yeah, just in the
dude.
middle
There's
of the
like
night,
bats flying over our heads in the middle of the river. We were so
Will
fucking pissed.
Fell in. He was
Yeah.
he was ahead of us. He
Yeah.
fucking tipped over.
Who did?
Will Scanlon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And it was cold. It was down to like probably like 60 degrees, which for the summertime when you're on a river, the fucking water is freezing.
Dude, last time I
Water's
went,
freezing during the day, and he fucking fell in. So he was like, just
last time I
shaking
went
the
was
whole
with
fucking
Johnny,
way
and
back.
me and Johnny got into a big old fight because we were both drunk, but he was so wasted. We crashed into like this overhanging tree, and then flipped over and fell out, and then I swung at him with a boat oar, and then he swung at me with the boat oar, and then he had a cut over the bridge of his nose, and I had a cut under my eye, and by the end of the night we were drunk, and it's cool, yeah, it's
that stuff's all fun when you're younger, and I imagine I could have some fun doing it now, maybe. But I will say
years
that
ago.
I think it is part of like the most male DNA that like once every year or two, it's probably good for you to get out and act like a barbarian for a weekend,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I grew up as a kid, like we went camping all the time as a family, and so I am kind of looking forward to that more laid back thing with the boys, just doing the family campsites, and enjoying nature, but not necessarily to kill your liver and
get totally loaded.
be surrounded by fucking wolves and shit. But I wouldn't mind doing that. Maybe it's been been enough years that I wouldn't mind doing it at least once.
Well, like as you were talking about it, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, I'd want to do something like roughing it now. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to like some campgrounds, up by the water where everybody's hanging out.
And they got the
I don't
electrical
party
outlets.
anymore, so why do I? Yeah, and they got electrical outlets. I'm like, I don't party anymore, so why do I want to be around a bunch of people drunk and that I don't know? I mean, I don't mind being around people I do know, but.
Right. There's a couple, like I said,
or drunk women.
There's the family camping experience where you go to like, Muskegon State Park or something like that.
Right. A KLA or something.
There's a bunch of trailers and people just, roasting marshmallows, and it's all, wholesome and that. And that's great. I grew up, like I said, that's what introduced me to the whole concept in the first place as a kid, just like getting away from society for a little bit, sort of, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you eventually graduate, when you're in your 20s or whatever, to the fucking, being a roughneck for a couple days and
the drunken party.
And I will say that the trip that we did, that I was just talking about, it is. I'm not so big a fan of canoeing anymore because of getting old. I can do it for a few hours, but then, man, my back, my arms, everything starts to hurt.
My neck.
I just like
my back.
It's just like it's cool getting in. Like you're in the woods. Away, there's you're not fucking with cell phones and Facebook and Twitter and all that. You're not fucking with society. You're just with some good people.
Yeah,
and enjoying that whole thing. That I enjoy. And honestly, even if it's people that you don't know that well, because when you first took it, you were the one who invited me up the first go round with Nick and those guys.
Yeah,
and I didn't know 70% of these people.
Right, I didn't even know. I worked with Nick, and then it was
but it's a good way.
That he was friends with.
Yeah, it's interesting. You kind of getting to know people out in that.
I got the roughing it camping out of my system at 17 years old. I went to my Aunt Pat's. My Aunt Pat has land that it's a national forest, so there are no neighbors. They built a national forest around her property. And I went. The river's about a mile walk through the woods, and we camped on the riverbank for like fucking 2 weeks basically. And it was fun for about 3 or 4 days, and then I was like, dude, get me out of here.
Yeah,
And
any,
it was
any longer than that.
Isn't that where they filmed Deliverance too?
They filmed Deliverance fucking on part of her land.
Yeah.
That's how backwoods she lives. And
Oh yeah,
and the,
good times.
And something odd happened. And I said, well, who's your next door neighbor? Like, well, his name's Ray. He lives about 5 miles from here. I go, he's 5 miles away. Anyways, Ray shows up and he has a northern accent. I'm in the deep, south of, South Carolina. I'm in the south. And I said, Bud, where are you from originally? He's like, oh, I'm from a town called Roseville, Michigan. I'm like, so am I. He fucking grew up
in the middle of nowhere.
I'm in the middle of the fucking woods in South Carolina.
And here's Ray.
Here's Ray from here.
That's crazy.
Roseville.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Oh,
Like,
Ray from Roseville.
but it was actually his sister's place, and he, moved obviously there as an adult, but like in his 30s. But like, I can't believe I ran into you of all people here, someone from my town. He's like, yeah. He goes, I came here to get away from it all, and I'm away from it all. Let me tell you. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a post office that they go get their shit. Like there is no mail. You have to go to the post office and get your mail, like a PO box.
I just wouldn't get any mail.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I don't want to go to the post office.
Yeah.
Bills would not be paid.
But you were in the middle of what? But you were actually, you could be, I think, to Clemson University in like an hour, where we were.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, roughing it for a weekend is one thing.
Yeah.
Any longer
2
than that,
weeks.
Roughing it for life.
you're-
No.
I remember when I was I was going to recording school in Ohio, but it was Chillicothe, Ohio, which is kind of toward the
Ohio's
south.
first capital.
Yes.
Yeah, that's toward the south. And this particular area, the spot that we were in, obviously there was, I lived in a house. It was a house. I was one of the few students that got to live in a house. There was 3 houses, and the rest was cabins. And then when I say cabins, fucking
Like rustic.
cabins.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids had to fucking stay in. And there was like studios and stuff. So it wasn't like, I lived in a fucking tent for 3 months, but it was all on a hill in the fucking woods. It was actually the best time I ever had in my fucking life.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old, first experience away from home, with a bunch of musicians. That's where I kind of got introduced to like craft beer and like all different kinds of weed and shit, and living with drummers and fucking bassists and shit. It was awesome, but there's nothing to fucking do there. Like that's, I mean, there's nothing. There's like one liquor store,
Weed,
and
booze,
bats.
and play music.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds awesome. But yeah, Chillicothe. Because you had to drive by there to get to his family's in Kentucky.
Yeah, when
so.
I'd go to Kentucky, every
And it
year was
actually
a race.
said it on the water tower, Ohio's first capital. So it's not like I just knew that.
Bullshit.
No, it says it
Probably knew
on the
that
water tower.
long before you saw that fucking water
I
tower.
just knew it.
You probably had to drive by the mead factory then.
Yeah.
We probably did. Yeah.
filmed
Not
it-
mead as in drinking.
Mead like-
as in
mead like
paper,
Trapper
and it
Keepers and
fucking
shit.
stunk.
Meat, yeah. They call it Stink City.
Yeah,
My family drove through it, yeah.
It fucking stunk.
Good nickname.
I
for a
thought you would think that like a paper mill or something wouldn't smell that.
Oh, paper
bad.
mills are nasty
They
smell, dude. They're
stink,
horrible
dude.
stink.
I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
to. There's nothing I could really compare that to. There are worse smells like dead
Oh, yeah.
bodies, but other than that, I mean,
Yeah, me and my dad got trapped in Circleville, Ohio, one time. Our fucking the head gasket blew on my uncle's truck that we drove down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was stuck down there for days. And it's a dry county. And I was like 26, 27 years old. And I was like,
I remember that.
I was like, well, maybe I'll go get a beer or something, And
Good luck.
there's a dry county. So I'm stuck there. And then my dad, I love the guy, but he's not the best person to confide to when you're stressed out. And we're like, and so I was like, we had accepted that we were stuck in the middle of nowhere. And we go into the hotel room, and he can sleep no matter what. I kind of wanted to like review like our situation and kind of go over like we're fucking. He goes, all right, turn the lights off. I want to go to bed. Like we walked right in, like there was no introspection or nothing. I'm just like
30 seconds.
So I'm sitting there in the fucking dark, depressed. I can't go to a bar or anything. I'm like fuck this shit. Then we had to get. I waited for my aunt and uncle and grandma to just fucking drive by. I sat because I knew they were leaving the day after us to come home to Detroit, and I sat fucking by because this is before cell phones and shit. And I figured, well, if they left at about 8 o'clock, they'll drive by here about noon, 1. And I sat there till they drove by, and that's how I got home. I fucking literally sat from my Uncle Trace to drive by because there was a choke point because of construction, and I sat there for about an hour, and then he fucking drove by, and that's how I got my ride home.
That's awesome. You but your dad.
What if
stayed
they
there?
were like looking down at the radio though, or something
Yeah.
when they drove by? That would have.
Yeah, didn't notice you.
Well, the weirdest thing is he pulled over like he knew I was there. He had no way, like there was no cell phones or nothing. He had no way to know that I was standing there. But he just slowly pulls over. What happened? I'm like, Carrie's fucking motor blew. We got to get out of here. I'm like, all right. I fucking drove.
But your dad did your dad stay there?
No, what happened was I didn't go. I mean, I'm embellished. We didn't go right home. We went back to the hotel. I said, Dad, we got to ride home. There's Grandma and Trace. He's like, I'm staying. I'm like, no, we're not staying. There's nothing. Because he borrowed his friend's trailer. That's why we had the truck. You know, he goes, I got someone else's trailer. I got to stay till we get this thing home. I said, let's go home. We can come back. Because it's only like a 4-hour ride or something.
Yeah.
I said, we can come back next weekend or when we get a vehicle. And well, him and Trace went back and got the trailer and everything. But, yeah, it was fucking, it was like the worst 3 days of my life because it wasn't even like scary. Scary would be something. You know, it was just boring. There was nothing.
Oh, that's the worst.
Like there was no women. There was nothing to do there. I would walk. To keep myself busy, I would walk around Walmart and talk to people. And they would look, and they were friendly and everything. But I was like, "Hey, how you doing? Hi." Like, yeah, weather sure is nice out here.
You want to go hang out?
Yeah,
You can do that now. You'd be a sex trafficker.
it was just.
What are you, about a size 14?
I'm gonna walk over to the Dairy Queen. See ya. Like they cared that I was going to the Dairy Queen.
But that was a spot along 23. Remember, we saw that sign because there's no speed limit signs on US 23 at that point.
Oh,
You don't even know how fast you're supposed to be going because Ohio fucking sucks.
It's speed.
And then there's
trap.
a sign that says speed reduced 10% 1 mile ahead.
Yeah, it gives you a
But it
percent.
doesn't tell you what you're starting off at.
Yeah,
So basically,
if you look on your GPS though, now it tells.
well, this is 20 years ago.
Yeah, and they give you a percentage, not like a direct speed.
You got to take 10% off that amount that you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in the first place.
So I'm trying to do math while I'm fucking.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, they do that when you start getting out west because all the, for like braking and stuff. When you're going down, like
This is flat
descending.
land.
Yeah, this is fucking Ohio.
Yeah, but you got to sit and figure it out while you're trying to, like, because you can't, like, slam on your brakes when you're
Going
descending.
downhill, yeah.
Because you'll burn them up. Literally burn, you know, I mean, they do it for truckers mainly.
Whiskey.
And they have
That's what I
escape
think it
ramps
was
for them
downhill. It's
too.
the luge. I'm sorry, I just thought of Hot Rod again.
Hot Rod.
I keep on going back to Hot Rod. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm done.
I like Hot Rod. We can talk about Hot Rod.
No, we don't.
I like that
Me
movie.
too.
Yeah,
But nice segue for me. I want to talk about drug houses. So Hot Rod made me think of that. Not at all.
no.
So
Drug houses?
yeah, you know, houses where people buy and do and sell drugs.
Yeah, like the one that's right across from my friend's house that I watch him peddle drugs out of all day, and the cops don't do
no,
anything.
the one that the city councilman was arrested at.
Oh,
yeah.
No way.
Good old Chuck.
So one of our
Yeah, that was around a block from. That's like.
And
a
I
few
knew
houses
that.
Your
down.
house was
So
your,
the
your,
funny
not your
thing
house,
is-
but your neighbor's house right next to you was on the channel. was on the news.
my mom's like, where was that at? I'm like, and she's like, it looks like it was over by she said my mother-in-law's house. I'm like, no, it looked to me like it was over by like Matt and Kate's, and I was right. I knew it.
It was
It
right
sucks. That sucks. But like I've talked like 2 weeks in a row about how I went to the neighborhood watch meeting, and two different people that were there. One of them was somebody you used to work with, and actually you knew him. He's a mechanic guy, Jay. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But they were like, we live on this street, and it was the street where this happened, and there's a house like 2 doors down. Man, I know they're selling drugs. I know they are. And people were like, well, there's no way to prove it. And I swear to God, I think it was the house.
It was the
that
councilman's house.
Yeah. So was he actually got arrested too. So it wasn't just the people.
No, it was his tenants. It was an issue with his tenants. I saw him say it. A politician wouldn't lie.
Well, according to the Fox News thing, the Fox 2 News thing today, he was also arrested during the raid.
Yeah, I saw your good buddy Ed was also piling on him.
Yeah. Ed piled all over him.
Ed thinks everyone's a fascist.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is a fascist.
I gotta,
Yeah.
My boy, well, Neil keeps talking about, like, he's like, yeah, I heard Ed talking about this, and I agree with him. I go, dude, listen, you're not really watching what Ed's doing and saying on a regular basis. You heard one thing he said and you agreed with him. I'm like, dude, the guy's a fucking nut job. Trust me.
Yeah.
For those of you that are in the dark, which would be all of you, our local community there's a guy here. His name's Ed. I don't know if I should give his business any run.
We'll just
Ed is a business owner that is a thorn in the side of every city councilman, mayor we've ever had. He's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And
Not that we side with the mayor and city council and everything.
No, I don't like them either.
No.
And I won't get into it, but the councilman that got arrested, I have a personal issue with that guy, but
Vendetta.
I'm not going to say what it is. But
Yeah.
but I have no
You
dog.
should.
I have no dog in the fight.
Essentially, at one point,
But Ed's an asshole.
At one point, years and years ago, the mayor at the time was really a real asshole to Ed. Okay, and now he has punished everybody who's been elected to office in this city ever since then.
Yeah,
they're all wrong now. They're all fascist because of one fucking guy. And then he supported a known criminal to be the mayor.
Yeah, the pawn shop
city.
owner. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
So
he right away took his chance as soon as this happened. He jumped all over it. It was all over him. Then he's like, you know what? I shouldn't do this, and he's like apologizing about it. And then he did it again.
Yeah,
he can't stop himself.
He can't stop him.
He's mentally disturbed.
You know what? I hate to derail the conversation, but I can't take my eyes off this fucking TV.
Yeah,
and
all the great videos that
it's
were
like, why
Bullet Boys.
Yes,
I thought that was Sebastian Bach for a second.
I thought like at least 5
No.
of these fucking dudes were
Look,
Sebastian
it doesn't
Bach,
matter.
and
They
I
are all
was.
Sebastian Bach. It's all
Aren't
the same
we all
fucking guy.
Sebastian Bach?
I mean,
But the
down,
thing is, what? How the fuck?
that's a good shirt.
What happened in society that in order to
doesn't
get
happen
pussy,
anymore?
you felt like you needed to look real good at guzzling cock?
I don't know.
That's like all I see with any of these guys. All look the fucking same, and it's just like they're just gagging on dicks
was a
when they're
different
fucking
time,
singing.
Talk about our councilman.
So actually, it's the same story
I guess.
because the one we're talking about is
And the singer always is blonde, looks as much like a woman as he can without actually being a woman, and the guitar player is always got the curly fucking brown hair. He's trying to be like.
Oh, easy.
So this is even more confusing than the trans movement. These dudes were like,
but
they were manly men that
they
dress
were
like
not-
women.
No, they were not manly men.
They got bitches.
But hasn't
though.
that always been kind of a mainstay of rock? You have like your androgyny and stuff going on with the lead singers.
Should we throw
Kind
the
of.
singer in with
Robert
those other
Plant
two
a little
hot
bit.
guys?
That's the thing.
David
Everybody
Bowie.
loves to talk about the 80s and how awesome the 80s were,
yeah.
but really, I mean,
Oh, the 80s were awesome because they were fucking cheesy as shit.
They were. There was good
But-
about the 80s, but a lot of it was fucking stupid.
No, I think I enjoy the stupidness more. I think that's more entertaining
I
than
don't.
actually anything good. Anything cheesy and shitty, I like.
I'm not one of those
94,
people.
I'll tell you
I
what.
must not be an intellectual because I saw an article recently that said that people with higher IQs tend to really enjoy like trash movies and
I do like my trash
fucking,
movies.
like just cheesy, corny shit. Like
Well,
legit.
that is
like,
not true at all because I like all that shit and I'm dumb as a fucking.
Yeah,
box
I
of
wasn't saying
rocks.
I'm smart. I just
Yeah,
like
who the
that stuff.
fuck? Who came up with that list? Or
I don't know.
that idea?
It's I don't read articles. I just look at headlines. But look at this. Look, is this Paul Stanley?
Yeah.
Is this Paul Stanley with Kiss or just
Yeah,
Paul Stanley?
it's with Kiss.
His other
Yep, there he
fucking
is.
band?
There's Gino.
There's Gene with his hair plugs.
Yeah.
Gene.
Dude, Kiss with no makeup is my favorite Kiss.
It's
Yeah.
like it's good to like. I understand like wanting to watch
Fine
this
shit.
to laugh at it. I understand wanting to watch
Oh,
trash
yeah.
movies to laugh at it. But there are people that have like, and I'm not going to name names, but I think you know someone who I'm thinking of.
Because that's probably the same person I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not going to say who it is.
No.
But and God bless this person. I've talked about my affinity for this person. It ain't like that. But
But now you're
how
about to
much
shit on
time do
him.
you have in your life that you're going to waste that much of it watching stupid shit?
Just trash cinema.
But I mean, hey, whatever gets you off, I guess. I mean, if that's what you thoroughly enjoy, that's your business.
Their collection
I just
of this
don't
stuff.
fucking get it. Like I got other shit, and you know what? Look, I feel like if you don't have kids and you don't have a talent for like certain things, like fine, do your thing. I don't have, and that's one thing having kids, and you're the only other person in this room that can relate to this. But like that. One thing it teaches you is, holy fuck, time is so important.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I've wasted so much.
Or even the amount of money they've spent on this stuff.
Money and time are like, you don't realize how fucking important both those things are until you fucking wind up with kids. It's like, oh shit, my life sucks now. I used to have time to do all these things I took for granted. Like all this time that I wasted, fuck. You know what I mean? So when I watch people in their late 30s, early 40s that are like investing their life into trash movies and shit, I'm like, oh, whoa, they don't have kids. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm not making judgments.
No, because I wish I cared that much about this stuff.
Part of it is envy.
I'm going to clip this and tag this person. On our
part of it is like envy. I am.
It really is.
In a way, I am jealous.
I was going to say that, but I want to be a dick.
Because their collection is, they have an enormous physical collection of DVDs, enormous, and like I've trumpeted before the how much I love having just digital copies of everything, so I don't have to worry about having all the physical copies anymore, especially with video games. Mike's talked about that too.
Yeah, I don't want...
But they've actually made me to the point now where I am jealous that I don't have a collection like they have of just any kind of movie.
I could give a fuck about any physical collection. I'm just saying, like, the amount of time you put into watching stupid shit.
Not necessarily the collection itself, but having the time to put into a collection like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. If you're a hobbyist or if that's something that you're into, that I kind of get. Although, to kind of segue into, I guess, a related topic, I was just, the Angry Video Game Nerd?
Yeah.
I guess he's got some other channel, Cinema.
Oh, really?
Cinema Disaster or some bullshit. He's got another channel on YouTube.
Didn't know
he was talking about, I was watching this last night. He was talking about why Blu-ray sucks.
Oh.
It was interesting because I don't own a single Blu-ray.
No.
Because why would I? Like, I can just stream shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a thing called HD streaming.
Right. So, and that's his whole argument was like, I guess he's like, he was explaining that like when you get a DVD copy of something, especially if it's like older, when DVDs were like the thing.
Yeah.
There was always like all these bonus features. The menus were interactive or they looked cool. Like Blu-ray, it's like the same cut and paste menu on almost all of them. Mm-hmm. There's like the bonus features suck. Sometimes they require updates. You can't even watch the own physical media that you purchased at the store without this fucking special update, which you need internet access to get.
Yeah, that's fucking
like
obnoxious.
It's
So
like
what's the
why? Like and
Don't know.
I thought that was interesting. Like, what is the point? And really, with a movie, honestly, there's one movie, one physical disc that I had, a DVD that I am really pissed that I don't have in my possession any longer. Somebody fucking stole it from me. So I had a party at my house at one point, or I lent it. Maybe I was in a fucking drunken stupor. American Movie.
I have a digital copy of that.
Yeah, but like I would like to have that because I can't find the full movie anywhere, like digitally.
There's certain...
Oh, I had to hunt for it, but yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
That's one thing the main thing I don't miss about fucking like the disc for video games and movies is it would go into a labyrinth, you'd loan it out and it was just gone. And it happened a lot. And it'd be something you would like too, and you'd never see it again. And it wasn't that they stole it, like you would forget and they would forget, and every time you'd see you wouldn't talk about it, and it would go on for years and years and years, and you eventually just forgot that you don't even remember who you loaned it to before when you lost it.
That's what happened with my copy of Ricky O.
For the record, before I forget, because I got Henkel
Ricky
sitting
O's
next
the
to me,
shit.
I definitely have some of your CDs
I still have High Tension and L.A. Noire sitting on my shelf.
You don't have the case for High Tension, though, do you?
You never gave that
Because
to
I
me.
have the case. I fucking find it.
You gave me the
every year,
disc.
and I'm like, oh shit, High Tension. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, no, I have the disc.
There's no disc in it.
I have the disc. I have L.A. Noire.
Dude, I do.
And then you got my old fucking analog 4-track.
Yes,
I
do.
hope.
I do.
Because I just
fucking,
I just
AC
uncovered all my
records
old
work on it,
tapes So one day we'll have to get together and exchange our
I need to find
hostage material or whatever.
I need to find a new AC adapter for that.
That's fine. I'm not worried about that.
Cable got fucking shredded.
I can that you can get easy as long as because I got all these like tapes that I found that are like, oh, this is a 4-track tape that I never
through fucking all the ones that I got from the dumb shit that I made on that thing.
Right? Yeah, do that.
I know exactly where it's at.
God, dude, I was listening to some shit that I like actually completed and put on CD from that. Oh my god.
I
It's fantastic, wasn't it?
Oh no.
I have a copy of Gran Torino on DVD from a dude that I worked with in Utah when I lived in Utah. So it's like 8 years ago the dude gave it to me. Insisted I had to watch it. I've never watched it. I've never seen the movie, and I still have his fucking DVD in a tote.
It's awesome
So-
if you love racial slurs.
Yeah. So like we talked about Shawshank.
Yeah, I mean,
We talked about Shawshank.
I'm sold
earlier.
already.
Do you know how long it took me to watch the Shawshank Redemption?
If you're saying this, I'm guessing too long.
It took me too long. So we worked with a lady.
I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet.
You haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet?
I've only seen the original.
Nobody. I'm the only one that likes that movie.
No, Evil Dead 2?
No, High Fidelity.
Oh, God.
yeah, I love
I haven't
High
seen it in a
Fidelity.
while. I like
Jack
it though.
Black, or they're talking.
John Cusack?
Yes, I like that movie.
It's a good movie. But we worked with a lady
Sonic
who
Death Monkey.
may or may not have hated you a lot. Remember when we worked together?
Oh, DC.
DC?
Maybe somebody who might have hated you a
She
lot.
hated you and you hated her.
Oh,
it
she's
was
a
me.
fucking fat cunt. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
You called her a seeping gap.
That
But
doesn't sound like something I'd say. At
he's
all.
like, she's a seeping gap.
Dude,
or
that's a good
seeping.
Twitter bomb right there.
But
I stole her inhaler.
she loaned me a copy of it.
Or
So
I
I
had
had started
somebody steal
watching.
it for me.
I started watching Shawshank at one point and didn't finish it. But I had read the story from the original book, the Stephen King, the book it's in, which is different seasons with Stand By Me and stuff. So I'd read it and I started watching the movie, never finished it. Started doing other stuff, forgot about the movie. She's like, "Oh, I have it on VHS or DVD, either one. If you want to borrow it." I'm like, "Yeah." I borrowed it. I had it for like 2.5 years. And she kept on saying, "It's so good, you need to watch it." She talked it up so much, I just decided I'm not going to watch it because it's not going to live up to the expectations.
That's essentially it, yeah.
So I gave it back to her, and then when we were living at the duplex, I dated a masseuse for a month, maybe, not even, and we
She had
watched it.
really
I'm like,
nice
this is a
boobs.
great movie.
Did you die?
Yeah, he just made the motion of that. And she's like, "You want to watch Shawshank?" I'm like, "Yeah, I never finished Shawshank." We watched it. And I'm like, "This is a great movie." I should just listen to DC that one time.
It was like me when I saw The Crow like 15 years after it came out. I'm like, "Fuck, this is great." And then I'm trying to talk to people about it, and it's like if I pointed out the Jim Gaffigan, "Hey, you seen Heat?" Like nobody, there's no one to talk about Crow with. Yeah, right. I'm talking about Crow to myself. Crow's great, man.
I watched Heat recently to see, because I had seen it when it came out and then I didn't watch it again. And I was like, I'm going to watch Heat and see if I still like it. And I still like it.
Yeah.
It's got.
I've still never
lot of
seen
good
it.
Scenes in it.
You've never seen Heat?
I've never seen Heat.
It's a slow burn, but there's some good stuff in that movie.
It's very long.
It's very long. 2 hours and 40 minutes or some shit.
If it can hang with Tremors 2, I'm in.
What if it can hang with what? Did you say Tremors 2? Dude, they got like 6 of those fucking movies.
Seven's coming out later this year.
I didn't know they had
What?
that many. I kept,
Jamie
it
Kennedy
just
was in the
came
last
out, like,
two.
last year or something.
Well,
They really
that
need
means the franchise is doing real well.
Michael Gross has been in every
Michael
single one of
Gross
them.
has been in all
Well,
of them, yeah.
But
Stephen Keaton, he's got to make money somehow.
I watched all of them when I was off work.
I've only seen the first 2.
Which are obviously the two best
Dude,
ones.
the first one's awesome. I love the first
I swear to God, I just watched it today with Donovan. It's the first time I've seen it.
That's good.
But I said, if you're going to watch another one of these movies, watch part 2 on Netflix. Don't go past that. Because it's like 1 and 2 are fine. 3 is a pile of shit.
Which
4 is
one
okay.
Did, 2, they started having the ones that like walked on land and
Yeah.
shit. Which
Yeah.
ones like there was one where they had them where they like farted fire.
3.
That's the third one.
And it's the
Okay,
worst
yeah.
CGI ever.
That's-
It's like Birdemic CGI.
Birdemic levels.
They did a riff tracks of Birdemic.
Did
Yeah,
that?
I heard that the great director, whatever Nguyen is going to make.
Birdemic?
He's going to make part 2.
Yes.
As in, like,
It's an epidemic of birds.
Yes.
Or a pandemic. I don't know which one to be.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're flying around and they're sick of it. They're sick of us destroying the environment. So they're taking out their revenge.
You know how
you want
bad-
to watch a really good movie that's like nature, like striking back at man?
Yeah.
A movie. I think it's an Australian movie. It's called Long Weekend.
Ooh.
From like the 70s, I think.
Is it where the whole continent goes up in flames? Oh wait, that's
It's like
really
this dude is just a fucking asshole, and him and his like girlfriend or wife are supposed to go on this like camping trip over the weekend, and he's just the biggest piece of shit ever.
Yeah.
And like,
So
this
chicks
whole,
love
like,
him.
The whole yeah. So he's just crushing puss because he's a fucking pile of dog shit.
Yeah.
And
he's causing floods when he walks by women.
yeah. So like the
Seeping
whole
gaps.
the whole area that they're like staying in, like all the creatures on it like start like revolting against him, and
Just him?
there's like some because he's a fucking douche.
Is it like that Brendan Fraser movie, Furry Vengeance?
Probably not.
No,
because that
okay.
sounds terrible.
Probably not.
But there's like some kind of like manatee thing like floating like off
Yeah.
like the beach somewhere. He just fucking like shoots it with a rifle.
What?
But it doesn't die. It just keeps like popping up like in different spots, like just like fucking with him. It's really funny. It's not like supposed to be super funny, but it's really good.
It's like it's a movie that's not intended to be funny, but it's humorous like Boogie Nights.
It's not anything like Boogie.
Well, I mean, in a sense that it's supposed to be dramatic, but actually it's one of the best comedies ever.
It's funny just because the dude's a fucking.
He's an asshole.
douchebag.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
So
it sounds
the dude
great.
just
It's called
cracks
Long
me up.
Weekend.
Long Weekend.
Anybody we know in it?
No.
No. Anybody from
Us,
Mad Max
yeah.
in it?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, nature is the real star. You know?
Oh, okay. The man.
That's
good.
That like half dead manatee thing. There's like spiders out in the woods.
That
I
sounds
don't
good.
remember.
I'll check that out.
Koala bear scratching at his face.
Right.
And Neil was telling me the story of this dude he works with. He's like late 50s, and he's like trying to explain to him how 1979 was the best year, or the last great year.
He's absolutely right. 1979 is the best year ever.
He's like, the last great year was 1979.
It's a fact.
He's like, they stopped making good vans after that year. They stopped making good movies after that year. They stopped making all it. And I'm like, what?
He's right. 1979 was the last great year.
And
Then
Neil's
I
like-
was born.
Neil was just sitting there. He's like, well, dude, I don't know, because I was like 2, so I don't really know. Like,
I was one.
I was born in 79, so I'm a little biased. but-
yeah. But
That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah. Just saying, it's a great year.
Yeah.
Do you know what the best-selling car was in the year I was born?
The Cordoba.
Whatever it was not the Grand
Corvair.
National. The Cutlass, which looked like the Grand National and the Monte Carlo at that time. They all looked the same.
Cutlass Supreme.
Cutlass Supreme.
I like that meme with
His year too.
that kid
Was
with
also
the
Cutlass
freaking
Supreme.
tan.
Well, that was the bigger version, 77. That was the longer version.
He's 78.
Oh, 7. Yeah, that was still the longer. They shortened it in 79.
See, 79's the best.
No, man, the 78, 77, 78 with the T-tops,
I
the
win.
longer
So-
version.
I'm sorry, what
where
were you saying, Mike?
Where the whole bumper
Interrupt
rots
Alan
off
so you
everyone.
can't argue against me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting into your argument.
Okay.
But I was talking about that meme where the kid had a fucking like tan suit for his like. He had like a tan shitty suit, like a fucking old school used car salesman.
Yeah, Pez? Oh.
Yeah, and he's like 8 years old. And he goes, "This kid looks like he's about to sell me a '79 Cutlass Supreme."
I'm sorry, I want to interrupt, but I swear to God, I thought Henkel just pulled a Pez dispenser off a bag. What's a Pez?
Is it his inhaler?
It's Starburst. I knew that. I was like, is that Starburst?
Taste the rainbow.
No, that's Skittles.
They
Or
should have
salt.
just.
What flavor?
Did they ever make packages with just the fucking red and pink ones? Because that's what I want.
Want some Pez? That's
Awesome.
That's a good
Thank you.
Pez.
You know, Mike, you talked about this brown suit.
I'm good. I got enough sugar right here, man.
And
I don't do candy. Oh, I thought you had beer. I got candy in a can.
He's got to rip
Canned
it.
candy.
you talked about the brown suit and the kid selling a 79 Cutlass to you, but I had that brown suit
Oh, did you?
when I was like 6, 7 years old, so it'd have been about 79.
My Starburst is 2 separate colors.
That shit was dope, dude.
Oh, it was a badass suit. I mean, my mom's probably got pictures still of me with
I'm
that
sure she
suit.
does,
That was
yeah.
a badass.
I think I've
suit.
seen that picture. Is that where you kind of had the fucking Dutch boy haircut?
Oh yeah. And
Yeah, I've seen
I
that
was
picture.
I was pimping it. I probably had the jacket because I was a ham, so I probably had the jacket slung over the shoulder. Like walking around, modeling it.
Yeah, I've seen that picture of you. You had the fucking Dutch boy hair, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, it was a badass.
Everybody had Dutch boy haircut when I was growing up.
Yeah, it was required by law.
I'm good on it.
If you were Caucasian, you had that fucking haircut.
What is it?
Otherwise, you were ostracized.
Oh, no, I'm
Like
good.
ginger ale, right? Yeah.
Like a Verner's.
Right.
Oh,
Is it like a ginger ale or like a Verner's?
There's no alcohol?
No, it's ginger ale, basically.
Oh, I'll try one.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, he doesn't drink anymore, remember?
That's right.
Now, I just got 2 of those Starburst. One of them tasted very much like a traditional Starburst, and this one I'm eating now tastes like I bit into the side of Hawaii.
It's like a
Nice.
lemonade something.
Yeah.
Like a blueberry lemonade?
Gosling's.
The blue
Ginger.
one? I just had that. Interesting Starburst.
Gosling's.
Well, very good, though. Very, very good. Of course, it
It
killed.
stuck to my tooth.
Now everybody on the podcast, it sounds like they're gargling balls.
Yeah.
I got to drink some coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, they're stuck in my teeth right now. I can't talk.
All right, this episode brought to you by Starburst and
The Total Gym.
Gosling
The Total
Ginger
Gym.
Beer and Chuck Norris and Total Gym. Christy Brinkley.
And what's Bruce Campbell's production company? Do they have one? So we talked
No,
about
I don't know. Does he have one?
Bruce Campbell's production company?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be cool to be sponsored by
Yeah,
that. But
yeah, that would be way cool.
No, we got to whore ourselves out no matter what.
Oh, yeah. I
money
agree with
rolling
that.
in.
I've always said that.
Oh, brother, there was that guy that I was going to tell you. I talked to Brian about this. Some media company sent me a DM on Twitter, like, "Hey, you want to join our network? Let me know, man."
It was CBS. You can let it out of the bag. It was CBS. They want us.
It was CBS. And when people offer you to join their network or their umbrella or whatever, and you're like, I never get excited at all because I know when I look at their Twitter and their social media, they have less followers than me.
Yeah.
So you don't have a really good production company if you following 4,000 people, 72 followers. That's
72. That's what I got.
yeah.
That's no joke. I think I got 72.
No, my personal account's got more following than my media shit by far.
Oh, yeah.
We can't get this shit going, man.
I'm sorry. I got 68 myself. My bad.
I know.
That's on what, Facebook?
Twitter.
I got 338 friends on Facebook, and I probably only friends with 38 of 338.
Yeah, I probably interact with 12 people on my Facebook.
Yeah, you only get people that
And 3 of them or 2 of them are in this room. So
Yeah, and you have people that only reply to your shit if they disagree with you on something. That's the only time you even know they're on your friends list. Oh, a
Yeah.
big fucking Mike with his opinion here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
I basically, yeah. I mean, my two reasons for not being on Facebook over the last 4 years. I had an ex-girlfriend I didn't want finding me, and Trump and Clinton were going against each other, and I said, "This is a clown show. I can't watch this."
yeah, you gave it up for a while.
I've only been on it 3 times, and 2 of the times were to find out where my friends' funerals were going to be. So,
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, so 3 times in 4 years I've been on it. I mean,
Social
still the
media
page is
is-
still
I
there.
I don't care about the political stuff. None of that shit bothers me. I hate when people go on there and have manic breakdowns. It's
Yeah.
dude, don't manic breakdown publicly. You keep that to yourself and let it eat you up.
Yes.
Like a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself. Suffer in silence alone like you're supposed to.
Yep.
That's what I do.
It's just too much emotional
They get
crap
on there.
on
Oh, I had this happen and this happened. Or when someone trashes their fucking spouse. If you trash your spouse on social media, I know that you're the problem, not them.
Yeah.
Or
oh
you're
my
probably
God.
you're actually probably both the problem. I've seen that 1,000 fucking
It's just
times.
you shouldn't be airing that stuff on social media like that.
I've seen
Like Jay, he bitches about his sister because his sister goes on there and all she does is boo-hoos about her poor life and her poor life as a child and how that made her that gave her all the problems she has now because her childhood was horrible. He's like, dude, my mom worked 70 hours a week and went to school and got a fucking bachelor's degree to make sure that you were taken care of and it was horrible for you,
Yeah.
And he's like, she's just, he's like her and her husband both have like successful careers, but yet they have to borrow rent money every fucking month from her fucking parents, from her mom. So
Well,
he's like, but
they have a lot, but they spend a lot,
She
man.
boo-hoos all the time. Yeah, that's what Jay said. He could come to find out she's a shopaholic. He's like, she's got rooms full of like stuff with tags on it, like brand new shit. It's never been. It's like rooms full of it.
That is the lamest of all addictions.
I know. It's I'm like, that's what I said. That's what I said to him. I go, dude, that's like.
I mean,
that's like
if there's any addiction that's fucking flat out gay, it's fucking shopaholic.
I'm like, that is like the stupidest addiction to have.
No.
At least,
can't
at
stop
least
shopping.
eating, I'm programmed to eat. I can't stop.
That's
that
what I was
makes
gonna
sense.
say. If you're
getting high, you get a good feeling from it, but shopping.
If you're a shopaholic and you're filling up your fridge and your like stand-up freezer and your pantry and stuff,
that's different.
That's cool.
That's
I think
different.
that's awesome.
or your bong,
But
whatever.
but like you're just buying stuff to buy
Bong.
stuff. Yeah, but like
I'm talking about
getting
cool
high
addictions versus bad.
Like even gambling, it's like the rush. When you win, there's a
gambling
rush.
makes sense. I don't gamble at all, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you want to keep winning. So yeah, I get it.
But
Because you can win it all back even if you lose it, right?
Yeah,
That's
right.
the whole thing.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have a problem gambling because I like to win and I win. So
And they only tell you when they're doing well. And they fuck, you're 30.
it's like I always tell people I don't have a drinking problem. I never had a problem drinking. That was never the problem.
You could stop at any time.
You had a getting caught problem.
I never had a problem drinking. Drinking was easy to do.
Yeah.
Giving it up was a little different.
Yeah, I would. I don't know that. Just some people you remember that show, fucking Intervention, where they had they did a shopaholic one.
No.
Oh no!
And I'm
no,
like,
no.
this should not be on there.
I think hoarding as an addiction is just fucking. You don't have a disease. It's just you're fucking lazy and a slob.
Oh yeah.
They're lazy.
Like,
What?
dude,
Lazy slobs.
my
Most of them.
my favorite is the people who like.
They are, but there's more than that.
Look, I'm trying to clean this place up.
I remember like working in a garage, and there was this lady who used to come in and get her car repaired there, and dude, she had like the only spot in her car that was cleared out was where her ass sat.
Oh God!
Everything
I've seen those
there
around.
was, there was stuff that she clearly used, and then food containers and everything. She lived in this damn thing.
See, there's a difference between being a hoarder
and just being a
and
slob.
being a fucking pig.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I'm a normal
bullshit.
pig.
I'm in people's houses.
I'm a standard
every day.
pig.
I've seen it all,
That's true. You spend a lot of time.
and I've seen the fucking worst, like the worst of the worst. Bed bugs, piles of shit. Like, and when I say piles of shit, I mean piles of shit.
Actual shit.
Yeah.
Feces.
And then there's hoarders, and that's a whole other fucking.
It is a
thing.
psychological thing too. There's
and
an
like
imbalance.
boxes on top
a
of
mental
boxes
thing.
on top of stacks of shit on top of stacks of shit. And in this sense, I'm speaking figuratively. It is a fucking. There's something wrong with these fucking people mentally. There's this.
I just like how they
fucking-
can't part with a TV guide from 1972. I just can't get rid.
If that ain't a mental illness, though, what is?
Well,
That's
it's
true.
It's got Dynasty in here.
I just like to dismiss it because it fucking annoys me. That's all.
Yeah.
I just fucking hate it.
Oh, I'm dismissive of anything I don't understand.
Yeah,
that's not because I'm bigoted. It just makes sense.
Dude, Johnny's brother, Rich. Dude, he was
Oh,
a
my
big
God.
time hoarder. Like everything he ever got in his whole life, he had in boxes and stuff. He had to start selling stuff, like action figures that he had and records and stuff. He had to because he had no money, he had no job, he had no.
I was trying to figure out how he does stuff.
At least
yeah.
there's stuff to sell, man. You should
Yeah.
see the one lady I fucking visited. Every pet she ever had from 1978, fucking she still has. They're piled up. Nobody wants to buy those fucking things.
Taxidermy.
Wow.
When your taxidermy bill is bigger than your
And that's what I'm saying. When I say I've seen it all, I've fucking seen it all. I'm sure Frank has seen more than I have.
Yeah,
he had some good
Because
stories.
of our line of work, he's got more years on me. But we've seen, like, when your job is going into people's houses every day, and you work in Roseville and East Point.
I just like when they got to get a fucking hazmat suit to go in a cat house. They got fucking dudes
Yeah.
going there, look like they're ready to go to the Wuhan province to go in someone's fucking house.
That was the thing that pissed me off today. Like, I had to fucking fix some lady's like wiring and stuff. I was working in her closet, and and for whatever reason, it took me a while to figure out the fact that, oh, this is where she's traditionally, this woman keeps her litter box. So when I got home, or not when I got home, but like on my next job, I'm like lifting my arms and like wrenching on shit, and I'm like, I can smell myself, and I just smell like a fucking litter box.
Oh God,
you can't get that smell out like that, or I mean, you gotta, everything's got to be washed now. So I wasn't going anywhere with this, just other than
that people are disgusting, is what you're saying.
One time you smelled like piss, and it was awful.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what though? It's weird because you could judge people easily. Like if I tell you a story about like, man, I went in this lady's house and the entire basement floor was just covered from front to back in dog shit, you're gonna make some assumptions about that woman.
Yes,
but
she probably fucks like a wild animal.
Yeah, she's probably crazy in the sack.
So she might be, but you'd have to ask her 70-year-old lesbian partner, and see how good she really
They
is.
probably
But they were the coolest fucking chicks I ever fucking met.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize they were disgusting pigs until I went in their basement like a half hour after meeting. And, but like I said, if it wasn't for that, like, I thought they were awesome. They were they had good. They were intelligent. Had a good sense of humor. They just, for whatever reason, let their dogs shit in the basement and never cleaned it up.
Dude.
But other than that, everything personality wise. So
when my cats shit in the litter box, I want to get rid of them, and I have the litter box for them to shit in, and they shit in. Like, God damn, you're sick shitting in here.
Yeah,
but I don't know how people live like that.
I don't know. The people I judge the most harshly are
I want to kick my nephew out when he
these
shits in the
fucking
toilet.
these men in these fucking videos that
from the 80s.
Yeah, look at this guy. Is that a woman or is that a dude? Like with the fucking
They're very popular in Japan.
It doesn't
still.
matter.
Firehouse is huge in Japan.
It's still huge in Japan.
You're worried about the wrong thing.
We talked about this before the show.
Yeah.
Firehouse and Mr. Big are gigantic.
Well, Mr. Big, I know the guitar player Nuno Betancourt or whatever.
No, that's extreme, man.
Wait,
Paul
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
No, Paul Gilbert. Yeah, that's both of them. See, I don't give a fuck about either of those guys or their bands. I just know that their guitar players are like legendary.
Oh yeah,
and that's fair. That's fine. But those bands are still gay as shit.
Oh, they are.
And I don't want to listen to them.
We're not. We're just watching them, not listening to them.
Which is even worse.
It kind of is. Yeah,
the videos are like
Beforehand, we were watching and listening, and we could.
So
make
you
fun.
can't handle alpha males right there. You just can't.
That is the alpha. Kind of looks like Dave Mustaine a little.
That was the ginger bass player.
Dave Mustaine himself looks a little bit like Santa Claus these days.
He's looking kind of Well, he's been through a lot. He's been through. Well, he recovered from drugs and alcohol, and now he recovered from cancer.
Yeah,
he's that body's been through hell.
It is.
He's kind of getting that like wax look to his face.
So he's going to start looking like a 70-year-old woman here eventually.
Yeah, he's going down the Paul Stanley,
Paul
McCartney.
Yeah, David Coverdale, Robert Plant.
Yep. That's where it's all headed.
I forgot Firehouse was actually a band until tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a girl right there, right?
That's a girl
That's
in
a
the
girl.
apartment.
I thought it might be a dude.
That's a girl.
Can't tell in these videos.
That's a girl throwing the guitar out of the.
She's throwing all his shit out.
Don't treat me bad. That's
Yeah.
the name of the song.
It is.
Don't treat me
He
bad.
caught the guitar, but everything else was fucking trashed.
It's all right, man. You got
let's
your
get out of
guitar.
here.
Let's
Fucking
go.
shred.
I'm pretty
Fuck
sure
that.
that was
Yeah.
a street that Patty's Pub is on also.
I like that one. I noticed the one band earlier, a few videos back, was the name of the band was called Danger Danger, and the name of the song was called Bang
Bang
Bang. Yeah, I like that. That's real.
A lot of some alliteration, some double words.
It's deep. Real
Oh
deep.
God.
They just said the word twice so that you would remember
It's just
it.
so fucking. It is kind of interesting though. You look at look at this shit. Every fucking one of these bands looks exactly the same. I imagine they all sound the exact same.
This is Def Leppard. Isn't it?
There was a band that pioneered
It's
that
definitely
shit.
not Def Leppard.
But it's the same thing every generation. Every 10
That's
years,
Sebastian
it's a
Bach.
new fucking thing.
That's Sebastian Bach. This is Skid Row.
I think that's actually a chick singing.
Is it finally?
Oh no!
that's a-
That-
Oh,
that-
this is Great White.
no, that's actually
Oh,
a
it
dude.
is. That fucking
They're on
stage.
fire.
They're about to burn that bitch down.
That dude's an asshole.
Dude, Jack Russell's an asshole.
Is he dead?
No.
No.
He didn't die.
No,
in the
unfortunately,
fire?
he made
No,
it
none of
out.
the band members,
They all lived.
But basically, he just like dismisses, like, I didn't have anything to do with it.
Wait, the band all lived?
Yeah.
Everybody
the
in the
one
band
guitar player
fucking-
died.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
did
That's
they?
right.
I thought at least one of the band.
And the
was
sound
out.
guy died. He worked for Harpo's, and then he became their road sound guy, and
He passed. Yeah.
he got burned up too.
But like afterwards, they got none of the blame, obviously, but maybe he should have. And he just like everybody else felt some remorse
And
for
his
it.
name is Jack Russell.
Yeah.
What a fucking asswipe.
He just kind of dismissed the whole thing. He's like, well, I had nothing to do with it. Fuck
He
those
looks
people.
like a villain in a movie.
Well, you know, it's
he looks like he'd be.
we talked about a couple
in
weeks
like
ago
an 80s
we brought it
comedy.
He
when
looks
the-
like
when this
he's one of
band was-
Hans Gruber's boys.
when they were first forming years ago. He actually went to prison for doing an armed robbery like broke into somebody's house at gunpoint or
Yeah,
something
but
like
that's
that.
too cool. He looks like a villain.
But
like,
he
of
shot a
much
lady.
But he
slower
shot
order.
her.
He shot the maid of the house
shot
he broke
the maid
into.
that he broke.
I
yeah.
guess that's actually gives me more respect for him. I thought he looked more like one of those villains that. What the fuck am I?
Like he said,
how do I
from,
word it?
like one of Hans Gruber's guys.
No,
No?
like not even a
he
villain that would be like somebody in like that would be in like a rom-com as a villain, like whatever nerd, you know what I mean?
Darsh.
Like something like that. Not like somebody that would actually even know how to use a gun.
A ski movie asshole.
A much lower
He's-
base level.
He looks like a guy
His
who.
dad's going to shut down the rec center.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I thought he looked like the guy.
That's the type of villain he looks
like
like.
my
the
dad-
Karate Kid bad guy.
My dad's going to put a
Sort
storage
of.
facility at that Catholic church.
Now you're telling me he shot
No
people and
mercy.
like tried to rob people like that. All right, well that's at least you're actually doing something.
And then they burned down a club and killed people.
yeah.
I thought he looked like
He's
a
still
bad
an
guy to be
asswipe.
picking on Joe Dirt or something. Drove up in his Trans Am and picked on Joe Dirt.
I don't think he would pick on Joe Dirt. He
so
looks
many
like he'd be
different
in
ways
Joe
you can
Dirt's
go with this
entourage.
fucking nonsense.
No, I mean, he'd be the one that he didn't think Joe was cool enough.
And look at this guy trying to be Yngwie with the sunglasses.
Is that chick taking a shower with clothes on?
Yep.
You gotta love the singer move when the guitar solo's going on, where they just kind of straddle the fucking mic stand and just kind of shimmy back and forth.
Let the guitar
You
player
know.
come out to the center and out the center
You
stage.
can talk all the shit you want. When you guys leave, Steelheart's going on.
Yeah.
That guy the back of his head touches his calves. When
Yeah,
he hits
he-
that
he
fucking high F or whatever.
flexes.
Sharp.
His hair drags on the fucking ground. He stretches back
Like he's
somewhere.
possessed by the devil. And just fucking,
Oh, what the hell's wrong with her tits?
She's got scales.
She's like an octopus or something?
She's a shark.
No, sharks don't have
Great
scales
white.
like that.
Oh yeah.
No,
Well,
she's
I
got
don't
like
know,
she's
great
got
white shark.
she's got like underside of tentacle.
Oh, they're gonna. Get
I
her
remember
with
for a
maybe
minute
she's like
there,
Aquaman or
there
something.
was great white snake, white lion.
Yeah, which we've seen videos from all of them tonight. I
We
think.
did. No, not white snake.
Oh, we
yet.
ain't seen a white snake. No,
She's like a mermaid.
snow snake.
Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Wilder.
Oh yeah, I was interested in that.
They said it was
It
basically a 7-round ass whipping from pillar to post.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That's cool.
But
right,
Wilder
so-
said he could beat Mike Tyson in his prime, didn't he?
I don't know what
Yeah,
he
that-
said. I like both those guys.
They're
but,
both cool dudes, man. They are actually.
But
really-
I would have actually, based on the last fight, I know Wilder won the last fight. Or not Wilder,
It
but
draw- it-
Fury won the
it
last
actually
fight.
was a draw.
Was it?
It
Was
was
it a
a
draw?
draw.
It was a draw.
Yeah, because they.
But I
they
know
had neither
that
one of them
like
have a-
Wilder knocked him. He had the knockdown, but Fury kind of had him edged on point. I don't remember how the fuck it all shook down the first time around. I actually expected Wilder to. If I was going to bet, I would have probably bet on him. But
Well,
I haven't been paying attention.
I didn't because I don't follow boxing. I didn't know the whole story. And basically, Tyson Fury was gone for a while, gained like 100 pounds.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like 300 and something.
Yeah, he got really fat, and he was going through major depression and anxiety because he's open about his depression,
Right.
and he was horribly out of shape. And his first fight back was that with the scariest dude out there. Wilder's the most powerful guy,
Sebastian Bach.
and so to go from nothing to that,
In the
so
corner
he's
there.
only
Yeah,
gonna
it is.
the last fights he's looked better and
It
better.
actually
Better.
is.
He's getting into his back form. Now he just beat his ass really bad.
Interesting. I'll have to look up the highlights on YouTube later.
Yeah, so, but I used to love boxing, but then I got into MMA, and then now I don't know, I'm not into anything anymore. I don't have any enjoyment in life.
No, I was interested. In
I don't
this
even like
just
my own
'cause-
podcast anymore. but I'm
That's
here.
not Sebastian Bach, by
Is
the way.
that Sebastian Bach?
It's not.
No,
Oh,
we
look,
thought it
he's got a
was.
python and a tarantula
This is
wrapping around his
Dangerous Toys, the band.
Dangerous Toys.
Whoa, there's a lot of tarantulas.
feet. These guys are edgier than the other bands.
Yeah, they got fucking. Ooh, see that one flip over?
Oh,
That's fucking
I think
hardcore.
there's some symbolism there with the tarantula and the ace.
Like the color saturation's way lower. There's no chicks. The dude's just writhing in his own bed with like tarantulas and pythons.
Probably spider or ants in his pee hole.
Yeah.
Did you read that thing? That some was it Heather
say
that
that-
posted?
No, I didn't.
In the middle of beating him
Oh,
up.
yes, I did.
In the middle
The
of beating...
stupid meme with the cum thing.
It was so stupid.
I'm about to quit that group. Fuck that.
they
It's
say-
gotten bad.
They say
Yeah.
Tyson licked the blood off Wilder's shoulder.
Yeah, it said he licked him, then he actually licked him as in beat him. That's what I just read in the
licked,
tweets.
then licked.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
It was licked.
That's what the tweets said.
I don't know. I get an invite for a new Facebook group like every day from
Yep.
people I know, and I don't like. I've talked about this before. I don't really join them anymore because it always goes into like disgusting porn, scat, and white nationalist memes.
Damn, you were doing good for a minute there.
You know-
I liked them for a while, but I don't know.
You know what I hate is like not the ones that somebody asks you to join, but they'll start a group and then just add you to it, and you're just in the group.
And then they don't
Yeah,
do anything with it?
I've had a bunch of them like that.
Yeah, you're just suddenly getting it in your feed. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? I didn't sign up for this shit.
I had one pop up and it was like all these people was like, we need to overthrow the government and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, I'm sorry about that, man.
No, someone added me to something.
Sorry I added you to that one.
Someone added me something to something called the Michigan Resistance. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from?
No.
Yeah, that's me and my buddies.
You mean like when
I don't think it's you.
like
Because
like back
Based on
in,
people you follow, like
ba-
Mike Justice.
No, based on reading what these people are writing and some of their political leanings, they are the opposite of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are then the other.
Oh,
far-
they're like Antifa types.
they're like really bad.
like back in the summer of
annoying people.
'94 when I first met Brian, we went to Freedom Hill for the SummerSlam concert. It was called SummerSlam. It was a concert, just a bunch of bands.
Yeah.
And here's this dude. He's got this little record company. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get started." And we're like, "Oh, cool." And we got one of his magazines, Resistance Records, We're like, "Oh, cool," He goes,
thanks,
"Yeah,
man."
there's this new band, this punk band, Aggravated Assault." We're like, "Oh, sweet." And he played a little clip, about 30 seconds. We're like, "Dude, that's badass." So we bought the fucking tape. And then, of course, we find out that they're just like a white power band and the whole record company. But we got on their freaking mailing list.
Oh, sweet.
Are you still on it?
No, I didn't get on. I actually didn't. Bry got on it. I didn't get on the mailing list.
Why am I not surprised?
But we didn't know. We didn't know who they were, And then this band got on the show, and they cut them off in the middle, and the band was called Rahowa, and it stood for Racial Holy War.
Boy.
And they were like about halfway through their set, they're playing like all these songs, and all right, and then all of a sudden they start dropping N-bombs and start dropping, and all of a sudden,
So were these
boom,
guys?
plugs pulled.
So are these guys like right leaning? You're saying?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's. I think. Oh, you mean the venue shut them down?
Oh yeah, dude. Because it wasn't. It was sponsored by like Z-Rock or something like that, dude. Like 102.7.
That's crazy.
They're like, "How'd this band get on?"
I'd
here?
like to pledge an allegiance to Adolf Hitler. Pull it.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Jeff from Hillbilly Havoc. Jeff, how you doing, man?
Enough's enough.
Way to join us at the end, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff,
God, who the fuck look like?
These bands are really annoying you.
Yeah. And I know
You don't know how to appreciate.
You know
fine
what, though?
art.
Here's the thing.
You need it spoon fed
Like,
to you.
I understand. Like, it's like you look at all these bands; they all look like bitches and shit. And then in the '90s, everybody wore flannel, and they all looked the same. And then in the fucking late '90s and early 2000s, everybody wore the Jinkos and fucking had the frosted
Chips
tips
enough.
and shit. And there's always those trends, and they're all stupid. But the '80s were a particular variety of stupid.
Wrong.
I prefer the '80s as a joke than
Or at least the metal.
No, well,
like that's. But
hair
you know
metal,
what?
yeah.
The hair metal. Like all the synthwave shit. That's cool. Punk rock. That's cool. The fucking like actual thrash metal. Fucking really cool. But like this shit. How can you look back on that and not want to hang yourself?
I
It's time
attribute
for fun,
I
man.
attribute it to women's rights. We let them do things, and they started buying records, and that stuff.
No chicks really.
Oh, you're talking about my other podcast.
This was all dudes.
We're powered by the Inceleron chip.
This is all the fault of fucking
Cocaine.
Well,
Yeah, cocaine, man.
Yeah,
It's cocaine.
That's what it was.
Sure.
poison.
You know what's worse than this, though?
What the fuck?
Watch a King Crimson video.
Dude.
If
It's the worst.
What's that? Week 4? I think this is the 4th episode we've brought up King Crimson
King Crimson
in a row.
We're not on Red Dead Redemption 2 type,
amounts of shot
Amounts
or
of-
pedophilia.
Yeah,
but we're getting there.
oh yeah.
We talked
Pedophilia
about,
a lot.
We talked about
Oh,
pedophiles.
dude. Yeah, that one episode got really bad. I think. Yeah, I'm like it was, and it wasn't we were saying bad. So it was just like I'm like, wow, this might be a little.
You know
too
what the
much.
fuck? What is up with what? Okay, so I think you're in one of the YouTube groups that I'm in, right? I'm in a couple Facebook
There's one that
groups.
the one you post a lot, or you comment a
follow
lot.
I have been
on
lately.
Yeah.
But so there's that, and I said something like you know, I'm trying to I'm gonna start another channel so that I can like do my rant bullshit outside of the music thing. I want to keep that separate, but like, man, you know, I'm frustrated. It's like venting. Like I'm frustrated. I don't know. I want to do something because I miss going out to the garage and venting. It's just like a cathartic thing. But I got nothing that's animating me. Dude, pedophiles. Like,
Wait.
everybody in the group, people on my friends list, bitch about pedophiles. What the fuck's with people wanting to talk about pedophiles?
I didn't know that. It just happened to come up multiple times.
we're not
Is
following.
there something going on that I'm missing?
We're not
Like-
following any trends or anything. It just came
No,
up.
it was just. I think.
Well, the one week we were talking about Chris Hansen being on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how.
It's kind of.
And then it just like went way like.
That's what it is. That's got to be what it is because there's another guy in that fucking group, one of those.
An
fucking
Onision
YouTube
fucking
that's like
recruiting
obsessed
girls.
with fucking and that guy. I see those two names. I'm like Chris Hansen. Wasn't he old news? Is he still got a show or something?
He's
yeah,
on
I'm gonna go
YouTube,
get
bro.
pedophiles now. And like that's like a new trend. I think people are trying to chase.
Well,
is pedophiles.
Yeah, I mean,
like yeah, I think
Let's go after them and get them.
You can never
Yeah.
go wrong with going after pedophiles. I mean,
Part of it started with
I think
like
you can go very wrong with that.
part of it
But
started
going
with
after them?
getting somebody to
Yeah.
give you the shout out thing that Jay was talking about. You could pay to have Chris Hansen come on and say,
it came up because of Cameo.
yeah, Cameo. That's
There's
what
an
it was.
app where you can, because Jay that's usually here,
Yeah.
did it, or he didn't do it, but Stride did it. He hired Tommy Dreamer.
I saw that.
So I looked into the app, and Chris Hansen was one of the first ones that popped up. You can hire him to say something to somebody, and I was going to do it for our 50th episode.
Did you consider hiring Vince Neil by chance?
I did not. He saw,
we
played that clip.
video. We played the video.
We
I was like-
watched that though.
Hey, what's up, you man?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Christians. We should play it
Get you
again.
some feel good stuff, you man.
I can't play. I can't play now because we need an available.
Oh, we need
channel.
it. Yeah, we don't have a
Yeah.
channel. Oh, but it was so good, and they paid him $400 for that.
$400. Chris Hansen was cheap, wasn't it?
Chris Hansen was $50.
$50. That's the best fucking. We got to get it.
that's
We
not a
got to
bad
get him.
deal.
I
We got to get
literally-
him to do it because his YouTube channel is growing. He's going to be expensive.
I
again.
considered it, but I wasn't working. I didn't have cash. I didn't have no
I
money.
want Chris Hansen to say, "Mike, sit down."
Mike,
That's what I was going to do. I was like,
Have a seat.
Hey, guys, at Radio Underground, sit down. It's your
hey
50th
guys,
episode.
have a seat.
It's always great when the guy's like, "Well, I was just trying to help the girl." It says here that you want to lick her, and then they blow out.
But that was actually like how it all started. We like, and then the conversation was just kept going and going. And then I'm like, and I said something. It wasn't even like it just sounded like if it was a clip, it was going to sound bad.
Yeah.
Like
If we
something-
took it out of context,
Yeah,
it's going to sound really
if
bad.
it was taken out of context, it sounded really, really fucking bad.
Well, it was Chris Hansen the one week. Then we were talking about how old rockers used to have groupies that were 15.
yeah.
And there was just like how it was damn near accepted for years. That
Yeah.
these guys
Fucking
would do
Elvis
that
Presley
shit.
married one of them. Fucking
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis
Jerry
married
Lee-
his 13-year-old cousin. Fucking
And I've brought it up even on this show before, but Steven Tyler was convinced this girl's parents to give him legal guardianship of their 14-year-old daughter
Yeah.
and travel the country with them.
Yeah.
So he was her legal guardian and also her lover.
good thing for those
That why
guys
he
to meet.
kept-
Do
is that why he
movement
kept
wasn't
toys
going
in
on
the
back
attic?
then.
That was the
Yeah.
basis for Toys in the Attic, yes.
Yeah. Pedophile.
That's really fucking creepy.
For my
was
girlfriend, I have to keep toys for her. Fucking sick ass motherfucker.
No, man.
Hey, man, it was accepted back then. It was fine. Oh, he just slapped her. There's abuse going on in this video.
Yep.
Is that Neil again?
That's
Facial abuse.
yeah.
No, he slapped her. He put his hand out, tucked in that thumb.
No, he. Oh yeah, she tasted the backside, man. Right in front of the kid. Jesus, come on.
Chris Hansen was on the Boondocks. Remember that episode?
I'd still rather my dad be that guy than one of these guys in a band.
It's a good episode. The Booty Warrior got Chris Hansen.
The booty war.
Booty Warrior is the best. That
Yeah.
guy's fucking awesome.
I
Mark
didn't
it
see
and
that
I'll
one.
launch
I
it.
watched a decent amount of those, but I didn't see that one.
Booty
I'm just
Warriors.
talking about him in real life.
The Booty Warrior is a real
Fleece
guy.
Johnson?
No,
Fleece Johnson. Yeah,
I didn't see the one with Chris Hansen though. The booty
Said I
warrior got
like
him.
you and I want you.
Yeah, and he did that
We
to
can
Chris
do this the
Hansen.
easy way or the hard way.
Chris, he's like,
But the answer was always
he
yes.
walks in and Chris Hansen's like, sit down. He's like, mm-mm. He basically raped Chris Hansen on camera. Oh, it was great. It was all a setup that he planned the entire thing out. Fleece Johnson.
Yep.
Isn't there like that? What's that? What was that show that was on Comedy Central? They did like a skit. Key and Peele. Didn't they do a skit like that?
Probably.
They did. I swear to God. Like the one dude was playing the straight dude. Like, hey, you know, and he goes, "Oh, you here too to get some of this 15, yo too? Oh yeah, you." You know, he's like,
What's
like,
one?
No, we're trying to.
I just watched a South Park where they did that, where they pretended to be, where the kids actually. Oh, because Cartman was gonna come out and be on. Chris Hansen was gonna interview him because he had Tourette's.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're like, we can't let him because he's going to make a mockery of Tourette's. So Kyle and some kid who actually had Tourette's started emailing these pedophiles and saying, "Hey, I want to hook up with you. Come to the TV studio." So 150 different pedophiles show up, and they walk in and they're like, "Oh shit, Chris Hansen!" Pop! They all shoot themselves in the head.
Yeah, they all start shooting themselves
on TV, live in the studio. That was a good episode.
That show's fucking great.
I'm way behind. I'm like on season 12.
I've been
That's
catching
cool,
up
though.
on it over the past
So I've been doing.
probably 4 months.
The Peruvian pan food.
I
So many good ones that I missed. Man.
I was probably about, I think like season 16 or so is when because I didn't have cable, so that was basically. So now I've been catching up on, but I wasn't as far back as some people.
You guys want to start a Peruvian pan flute band?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
All right, we can. That was an episode I just watched.
Yeah.
It stopped all the guinea pigs from taking over
oh
the
yeah.
world.
Guys, we're getting close to the end of our 3-hour
Time.
allotment.
Oh.
But so we're going to give a proper goodbye because there's a lot of us talking. Stones Malone, do you want to give out your channel or anything like that?
Nah.
Cool. Stones Malone on YouTube. Find him. And Eric, you can give out your Instagram again if you want.
Oh yeah, if you want to look at my dumb shit. It's,
Good art.
Bat child found in cave.
Brian and Alan are like me. We don't have anything going on of our own.
No, check out Radio Underground.
This is all we have.
Check out Radio Underground.
Check
Subscribe.
out Sebastian Bach on every one of these fucking
Subscribe
videos
to our
right now.
YouTube channel.
You know, outside of here, I work in a shop,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I drive a truck.
and
I print.
and I'm there
I
like
print
14
things.
hours a night,
I
Monday
print
through
things
Friday,
and package them up and stuff.
and
I lay around and have calf cramps. That's my superpower.
and I'm a supervisor that
I'm
has
re-
a whopping 3 people working under him.
I'm really into
really
channelytics
awesome.
and tagging stuff and trying to improve our channelytics,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work.
Brian, we might as well just put the videos out and just enjoy our life.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you're putting them up, and then I'm like, I'm too tired to do it. It takes me 5 days to touch them.
Believe me, I don't care. I'm doing this for fun. I'm being serious for a minute. I just enjoy doing it. I don't care. This is therapy for me. It has value to me, even if no one ever listens. I don't care.
Well, real quick, I went to probation Tuesday, so she had me call my dad because she calls to verify that I'm still living at the same place. My dad won't shut up. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's saying he's doing good. He's not drinking. He's doing the podcast, and
boy.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, Dad, yeah. She just wanted to confirm a couple things. All right, buddy. And then
Did he
she's
tell her
like,
the name of the podcast? Or
and she's like, so what?
Radio
you do?
Underground.
She's like, you do a podcast? I'm like, oh, it's my cousin's. It's about video games and stuff. She's like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I go, oh, neither do I.
Next time, get her and her family to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. But you can check us out on
Dude,
all social media.
There are no.
We
way-
really gotta sign off.
We gotta go.
Okay, Radio Underground at MSN.com. Radio Underground, all social media. We gotta go.
Oh yeah.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio